Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people. I hope you're well and welcome back to another Friday night with Kopish, aka the Kall-in show. My name is Callum. Drifty will be joining us shortly. Hope you guys are all well, first and foremost. If you've watched the Summer Daily News Show, you'd have seen me earlier. I'm solo at the moment, guys, but Drifty will be with us literally in like 5 minutes. So don't worry, you won't have to see my mug for the whole show by myself anyway. Hope you're all well. As always, guys, in the comments, if you could smash the like button, if you could subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Also, guys, the only criteria we have here, if you're in the comment section, all you have to do is just be respectful to one another. That's all we ask for. If you're not, or you spam, then obviously, you know, we've got to do what we've got to do. But this is a great community. We want to keep it that way. So, not loads going on at Liverpool, to be honest, at the moment. So, looking forward to see what you guys have got to say this evening. Looking forward to see what talking conversations and topics you guys come up with. Los Blancos talk. Yeah, I know I'm looking rough. Yes, yeah, no excuses. I'm look rough at the moment. I'm gonna sort my face, my hair, and all that stuff out. There's a lot going on at the moment. But yes, I will sort my features and all that stuff out ASAP. But yes, I am looking rough. I hear it everywhere I go now. At work, mum, brother, brethren, cousins, family members, you guys. So yeah, no. Bless you guys. MC says, Cal, serious question. Has your apple juice got sugar in it? Well, I'm going to be real with you. I don't really check the box. That's just me being honest. I just know on the box it says 1 of your 5 a day, but even if it didn't, I'd still drink it because it's my favorite drink. MP says, you know me well, MP. You know me well. Got a hibernation trim, AD says. Yes, literally. I'm looking scruffy, feel scruffy. Jamrock, the next members calling show is next week, Wednesday, we believe. Unless something crops up or happens, it should be next Wednesday. So I know you're going to have some great stuff for us as always, Jamrock. Oscar, nah, I'm not really a pineapple juice person. Although I love pineapples, but not really a pineapple juice person. But if I'm cooking like sweet and sour sauce and stuff like that, then I'll use pineapple juice and all that. Codplay says, yeah, I was drinking some orange juice the other day. I was switching up a little bit. But yeah, nothing touches apple juice. A couple of you mentioning Matip and what he did in training. It's what he does. Like, why are we surprised at this point? We see him do this weekly every time he plays. Like, Matip is that guy. In my opinion, stepping forward with the ball out of defense, you'd probably say it's him and Rudiger who were the best in the league last season. So I think it would be very disingenuous for us to just start talking about him now. He's been doing this for a while. I just think it's the masses. I think Liverpool fans have always appreciated Matip and the quality he brings. I think it's rival fans that don't really appreciate him because we've got Virgil. And because he looks a little gangly on the ball, I think a lot of people put things down to aesthetics. In fact, in my opinion, he's clear of a lot of defenders when it comes to that aspect. I love Virgil, but he's way better than Virgil at bringing the ball out from the back, in my opinion. And Virgil's sick. So I think that says a lot. Comment here from Steven says, never drink apple juice again, or Liverpool sign Bellingham and Usman this summer. Yeah, I'd switch to apple and mango if that was the case then. Never drinking apple juice again would be tough, but apple and mango can run. I could live off apple and mango and water for the rest of my life if need be. If we got Bellingham and Usman this window, yeah, I'd do it. The love I have for Liverpool, I'd do it. Cal Ant with the first super chat says 4-2-4 Jota playing second strike with Nunes. I think we'll see it sometimes. I don't think it will be a starting formation for many games, though. I think maybe against some of your lower ranked teams, like say, like I'm not going to use any of the teams that have just been promoted, but let's say it was Norwich, for example, last season. Yeah, I reckon we'd have gone 4-2-4. The only thing, it's difficult starting a game like that because if you get overrun in midfield, then you've got to then change your formation and bring off an attacker and then put one more in midfield. So I think it's a formation that you can impose during a game as opposed to start with. But look, Klopp knows better than me, so who am I to turn around and be like, yeah, Klopp won't do it, shouldn't do it. You know, on the Jota thing, actually, I think Jota's kind of the forgotten man at the moment. Obviously, everyone's spoken about Mane because unfortunately he left. Salah was a hot talking topic because his contract situation. Bobby again has been in the news regarding Juventus links and contract situation. Carvalho is the new guy. Luis Diaz is relatively new. Nunes is new. I think everyone's forgetting Jota. Everyone's forgetting what Jota can do and what he does for Liverpool. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if Jota started the season up front and Nunes wasn't phased in. It's not like, and again, no shade on Nunes, but I think Jota's a better player than Nunes as things stand right now. Nunes has got years on him, obviously, but I think Jota's better right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is what Klopp's gonna do. I think everyone's forgetting about what Jota can do. Like after his injury, he kind of didn't come back to form and stuff like that. But before his injury, like he was flying the flag very, very much so. So yeah, I don't think we can sleep on Jota. Jota's the man. And if rumors are true, and he is close to securing that new contract, I'm all for it. I am all for it. That would be brilliant. One question I want to ask you guys in the comments, though, and I'll ask Drift when he jumps on as well. If we don't sign another attacker, who would you guys play on the right-hand side when Salah doesn't play out of the options we have right now? So that's a question for you guys in the comments. I genuinely would like to know because I don't have an answer. That's me being completely transparent with you guys. I don't have an answer. I don't know who I'd choose. I think maybe it might even depend on who we play, who the opposition is, but I genuinely don't know. And it's bothering me a little bit. And at this point, I know I'm going to sound like a massive hypocrite. If we could only sign one player between now and the end of the season, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I probably would go with another attacker as opposed to a centre midfielder. I know you guys are going to come for me in the comments. That's why I'm not even looking at the comments. That's why I'm looking down at the moment because I'm shook to see what you guys are going to say about me. But I would, guys. I would go for a right winger, a left-footed right winger to give Salah some competition, especially if we're going to be playing 4-2-3-1 as well. And again, another caveat there as well. Salah can play the number 10. I think we're sleeping on that a little bit. Salah can play the 10. So we'd love to hear what you guys thought. Yeah, Jamal's not happy with me at all. I know Jamal's looking for receipts on me after I mentioned that midfield stuff. I know a midfield's needed, guys. I know a midfielder is needed. But, guys, and I hate to throw this scenario at you guys. Kadir said, put myself on mute. Hear me out. And I hate to even throw this scenario. But if Salah gets injured for 3 months, who plays there? Genuine question. Who plays there? Because on the left-hand side, you've got Jota who can play there, and you've got Carvalho who can play there if Diaz were to get injured. Through the middle, if Jota or Nunes were to get injured, you could play either one of those two. Who doesn't get injured, you could also look at Bobby Firmino, Salah at stretch if he's not. If Salah picks up an injury or a long-term injury, what do we do, guys? Because again, being real with you, if we pick up an injury in midfield, we have numbers there. May not have the quality, but we have numbers. And Klopp's already shown that he can navigate through. But I think with the reliance we have on our front three or our forwards to score goals and create, I think it's imperative we actually get a right winger. I really do. And I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who we go for. I have a few who I would go for. But I think it's something we need to really think about. And again, Dylan, was it Dylan who said it? No, Rion, sorry. Rion said I'd move Diaz out to the right. All right, so if we move Diaz out to this is what I'm glad someone said this. If we move Diaz out to the right, I think we lose a lot on the left. If we move Jota out to the right, I don't think it suits him at all. This is why I think that position is so important. Ox, again, Dahir says Ox could play on the right. Again, I'd be very shocked if Ox is at the club come the start of the season. If he's at the club come start of the season, I've got to start asking questions of his ambition and the club's ambition. With all due respect to him, because he was completely frozen out from March until the end of the season. And let's be honest, like the game against Real Madrid, when we brought on Keita instead of him when we're looking for a goal, Ox is more of a goal threat than Keita. You look at other games, the League Cup final, FA Cup final, he's more of a goal threat. The game against Tottenham, more of a goal threat, but he was not brought on. So for me, I don't want to see Ox on the right. I don't want to see him in centre midfield. I feel as though we need to move him on. But again, I'll be real with you. I'll be completely real with you. That right-hand side, man, we need to do something. In my opinion, we really need to do something. And even if it means we sacrifice doing something in midfield, at this point, I would do it. I would do it. And Jamrock, I hear. So your question, Jamrock, is game out how many games that Mo alternative gets. Here's the thing, Jamrock. I get where you're coming from. I really do. But there could also be an argument that Klopp's playing Salah because there is no alternative there. That could be what's happening as well. Klopp could be playing Salah because there is no alternative or no one he trusts on that side. We've kind of seen now with the centre-back situation, since he's brought in Konate, he swaps between Konate and Matip. Gomez, now that Calvin Ramsey has signed, I expect to now be in the mix of rotation, which I think will mean Virgil plays less minutes next season. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm just speculating based on what I'm starting to see. I also think Tsimikas is going to play way more than he played last season as well. I really do. In midfield, I think Flacco and Hendo are going to alternate between that number 6 position. But then again, this is what I mean. That midfield situation is still a bit techie because you take Thiago. I mean, if Naby stays, Naby could be Thiago's backup. But on that right-hand side, I don't know. I don't know. It's down like Stormzy. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I'd go for a right winger over a centre midfielder. You're Drifty. Big up yourself, brother. What we telling? I don't know if you've heard anything I've been saying.
I literally sat down, was about to tune. I went, I ain't got no drink. Oh my days, it's baking. So I just quickly had to go get a drink. Apologies, everyone. I'm a bit late. Cal, big up for holding it down.
Cool.
All I heard was right
you, bro. You're a little low. I don't know if it's me, but you're a little low still.
Oh, okay. How about now? Is that
still
better?
A little bit. Just check the volume on the mic, unless it's me.
I've got it locked in. You know, it shouldn't have gone down. Hold on, let me check. Let me check my audio. People, let me know if you can hear me.
That's a bit better now.
That a bit better, yeah?
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
So I don't know if you heard my question or my statement. My first statement was I'd go for a right winger over a centre midfielder if I had to pick one player this summer. And
raw. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And then
that's a bit of a bombshell there, you know.
I know. And then second of all, I've said, who would you play on that right hand side if Salah's not playing?
Elliot.
Out
of the people who are in the team already, you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
Elliot.
Elliot.
Yeah.
You can't just leave me in limbo. You got to explain, bro.
All right.
I just dropped the mic and walked off, bro. I need something, Jim. Give me something here.
I know Klopp always wants to be inverted, right?
So shout out to Chris Brack and the Day Trippers. They reminded that numbers meant. I don't agree with the second point, obviously, Chris, but yeah, the first point can run.
All right. I know whenever we've played like Oxlade-Chamberlain or Taki or Jota or any of the players who have done an okay job there, Diaz, like they ain't been crap over there. Mane has been brilliant whenever he's played there. But the problem was, bro, they were all right-footed. And I know the way we play and the way our system is made, inverted wingers is what our forte is. So because of that, bro, I think a left-footed player is the person who has to play on that side if Salah's not playing. And he's the only left-footed player we have in the team. Not only that, he did play there. He did play there for Blackburn. I know he's a little bit versatile and he has played in loads of positions, but for Blackburn, at times, he did play that position, which probably makes him a little bit better at that position than maybe
really
a couple
to
of
cut
other
you,
players. Yeah.
He played. You remember when under Brendan we went to that 3-4-3 formation, and the two behind Sterling was Coutinho and Lallana. They weren't out and out wingers; they were almost tucked in. That's how he played for Blackburn, if I'm not mistaken. So he wasn't really.
I get what you mean. He wasn't doing the kind of wide forward play. It was more inside, wide forward. I get what you mean. But because he's naturally left-footed and he's got the ability to cross the ball well, and he has the ability to beat a man as well, the only thing he doesn't have is just that pace. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, I reckon this kind of Klopp's plan, unfortunately. I remember I said to you guys halfway through last season that I think eventually that is what he's going to do with Elliott. I think it is, bruv. I reckon that's the reason why we're not going out and buying a backup. I think he's going to develop Elliott to become the cover for Mo. I do. And it'll probably get Elliott more game time than it would in any other position, because in the cup games, he'll be the automatic player in that position. Do you know what I mean? If we're playing cup games, or if he wants to give Mo like 20-minute rest at the end of a game or whatever, it would probably get Elliott more game time than it would trying to be part of one of the middle three now. Because now we've got Carvalho that's going to play in the middle. Naby and Ox are both going to be here. Elliott's probably kind of down the pecking order in terms of playing in one of them number 8 roles. So he'll probably get more game time being cover for Mo than he will playing in the number 8.
All right, and I'll ask you a question then. Everyone's going to think I've got an agenda because I mentioned this a couple of weeks back. He's left-footed, but he's not very quick. Yeah? And he's not a natural winger. He's 19. I'm throwing that in there on purpose. His age is 19. Yeah. We have a left-footed winger at the club who is quick and who is a natural winger and who's 17 years old.
Who?
Gordon.
Oh. Is he not turned 18 yet? Bloody hell.
No.
What, would you play him over Elliott?
As a right winger, yeah.
Would you?
Elliott's way better as a footballer. Like, it's not even close. And that's all due respect to Gordon, by the way. That's not even me shading. Elliott's that guy. For his age bracket, Elliott's a beast. But for me, as a winger, I'm going Gordon. I think he replicates Salah's game better than what Elliott would.
Would it not be for us to change the way we play if Elliott's playing and kind of... Because he can still create opportunities for Nunes and Diaz by being a bit more creative rather than direct. You get what I mean? Maybe sometimes your backup is better to be a little different. Therefore, you're a little bit unorthodox. You're not as predictable kind of thing, you know? I
hear that, but I think the only way Elliott works on the wing is if Trent then becomes an overlapping fullback. And we've not really seen Trent overlapping probably a year and a half now.
He could, though, if he needed to.
Maybe, but then that leaves us even more depleted on that side defensively. And Elliott's not great defensively.
What about if Naby or Hendo or whoever's playing in the 8 learns how to make the overlapping run anytime he comes in, and they become the overlap.
Well,
So as
Hendo's
he
been
comes
doing
into
that.
the middle,
Hendo's been doing that, and it doesn't work.
I think it does, to be honest. I
With
think he's
Hendo
putting
overlapping, not in my.
Yeah, because I think he puts in a lot of good crosses when he does that.
I disagree. Hendo does a
And
lot of
he
good
gets to
things,
pull
but
it
not
back to
overlapping.
Trent a lot of the time. So like the triangle goes round, Trent is waiting, Hendo can pull it back, and then Trent whips them in. I think we do that quite effectively, if I'm being honest, bro.
I'm not a fan, man. Can't lie, I'm not a fan of it. I love Hendo. I think he does a lot of good things. Overlapping, I don't think he's one of them. Plus, I think Gordon has the ability to try and take a man on more than Elliot would as well. And
I agree with that.
I think we do need that. And again, the need for direct wingers. I think we kind of forgot how important direct wingers were for us, especially until Diaz came in, because Mane kind of stopped doing that to an extent, whether it be confidence or him just not performing in the position. But when Diaz came in and started taking people on, it changed the whole dynamic of our attack. It opened up space. And if we had two players who were doing that, if we had Diaz and Salah, and I believe Carvalho would do this as well, I do think we need someone for that side. And if I had to, if someone sat there and said, Cal, you've got to choose one, a right winger or a centre midfielder, as much as it would pay me to do it, I'd have to go right wing, because I think we have enough numbers in centre midfield to cover for a season. I don't think we have enough numbers in attack, especially losing Minamino and Origi. And think about it. We've lost two very experienced players in Minamino and Origi, and we've replaced them we'd effectively be replacing them with two very inexperienced players. Three, arguably, with Nunes. I think you need someone else there.
We need both. That's the problem.
I know.
That's the problem.
I know. But I'm going to throw it to you then. For one season, let's say one season now, Drift. You can only pick one for the next season. Who are you picking?
If that player was Diaby or Gnabry, I'd pick the wide forward.
All right, I'm going to throw it.
If the midfielder had been Tchouaméni, I might have gone for the midfielder.
All right, so I'm going to throw it to you then with this scenario. Let's say your options for the right wing is either you pick out of Anthony, Diaby, Neto, Gnabry, and Rafinha. 5 options there. And for centre midfield, you've got Bellingham, Nunes. I'm trying to think of who else is in centre midfield. Let's say Neves. Who else is there? I'm afraid of.
Yeah, because all the other people have gone to teams already.
Yeah, I'm going to say those 3 then. Barella to make it 4. Shout out to Andra. Which one are you picking then?
Barella.
So you go centre midfield then?
If it could be Barella, I'd go midfield.
Fair dues.
I think Barella would change the way we play. I think it would give our midfield a fear factor. I think everybody knows our midfield is brilliant, but they're brilliant in their own little techie individual way. They're not I don't think we have a scary midfielder. I'm not saying Barella is scary, but I think he's the one that makes everyone go, oh, hold on a minute. Make sure you keep an eye on him. We don't really have anyone in our team like that, because even though Thiago's an absolute dictator, he's doing it from the halfway line. Barella's going to be in the hole, in the space, picking up pockets. He's going to be doing it where you can't just leave him. You've got to pay attention to exactly what he's doing. And then I think that would make people take their eye off of other little things and leave space for other things. And so, yeah, I think Barella would bring us a different level of attack, like a little bit more of a fear factor from our midfield. But the thought of Diaby or Gnabry or Antony in the attack, it does whet the appetite, though, innit? I can't even lie. Yeah. Especially that the two. Do you know what? I love Antony, and I think Antony is the one I would want the most if I was just going purely off of who I like and who I want. But if I'm going off of practicality and I'm going off of being intelligent with your signing and thinking about flexibility, I think the fact Diaby and Gnabry can both play either flank.
I know.
But that injury, I'm still worried about that injury. I can't.
Basically, Chris Brack has influenced you, Kev. If you're in the building, Kev, back me up here, Kev.
But you know it was, bro. I thought he was all right, and then I watched him break down again, and I thought, the poor guy, man. ability-wise, like pre-knee injury, Neto probably would have been the one I was championing the most. Like, you know what I mean? The boy was a wizard, but I'm just a little worried about that injury. I think I'd need to watch a whole year of him being all right before I was like, okay, yeah, he's over it, he's back. But Diaby and Gnabry, the thing is, bro, now I know why he was on that Diaby hype, because when I've watched him, it's the pace, bro. Oh my days, bro. It is the pace. You know, like, I think you're right. I think he's a regen, Mane. Like, I really do. I actually do think he's a Mane regen. Remember that 25-year-old Mane that was just unstoppable? That once you got the ball and he ran at you, that was it. The unpredictability, the pace, whatever. I'm looking at Diaby and I'm like, yo, he is actually a Mane regen. Like, he is just, once he's got the ball and he's gone, bro. And I think that might even light a little fire under Mo. Because I was going to say to you, like, obviously, like, we adore Mo, but I do think Mo needs to learn. And it's kind of funny how nobody actually throws this at him when they threw it at Mane a lot without doing the comparison. But I think Salah's got to get back to beating his man. I think he does a lot of just running into the fullback without kind of like being a bit more intelligent with how to beat the player. Because I would like him to be able to go to the byline sometimes. Don't always come in, mix it up a bit and become a little bit, a bit more unpredictable.
So I half agree with you. Here's the thing. I think Salah beats his man a lot more than people give him credit for. The problem is Salah's usually doubled up on. So he may be the first, beat the first man, then he'll probably run into the second man. Whereas I feel as though Mane was able to isolate his man more one-on-one, and kind of towards the end he stopped trying to beat his man. But I think Salah does do it, or does attempt to do it. I think the problem is he's doubled up on, but I think that may change going forward, because if Núñez is the player that Klopp wants him to be, that centre-back or that DM, they're going to have to stand in, one's going to have to stand in front of Núñez, one's going to have to stand behind him, and the right back or the left back for their team is going to be isolated, and maybe we'll see something out of Mo then.
Yeah, I actually believe that Núñez is going to unleash a new Mo, because you're right. People can't just pay attention to, because if we're being honest, Mane technically gave Mo more space, because people realized when Mane came centrally, hold on a minute, he's tricky now. He is going to, do you know what I mean? Like, he could actually turn and run at us if he feels like. It wasn't like Bobby or Jota, where if they dropped deep, they didn't really have that pace to like penetrate down the middle if they needed to. It would be more about the wingers running past them. When Mane was playing in the middle, people were like, oh, hold on a minute. If we give him space, he can actually get the ball turned and run at us. Yeah. Núñez can do that as well now, bro. I'm not saying as well as Mane, that remains to be seen, but he can do that. Therefore, I think that will give Mo a lot more room, because people will realize they've got to follow Núñez. They can't just let him turn and have that space. And when they follow him, that'll leave the space for Diaz and Mo, especially, to be able to make those runs. So if we train Núñez the way we trained Bobby, but just with him having that dribbling ability that he can turn and run with the ball as well, I think that could unleash a new Mo. And I think it could be a devastating combination, Núñez and Mo.
I don't think you can train Núñez to be like Firmino, though.
No, just train him how to drop into that half space, but then use the ability that he naturally has to be able to get the ball and run with it as well. Do you get what I mean? Because remember, he can do either or. They can think he's going to come deep and Mo can make the run, or he can stay on the shoulder and he can make the run, because Mo's got the ability to find the pass. So whichever way, if he just learns, it might take a year or two under Klopp for it to happen. It's not just going to be a quick thing. But if you look at everybody in our team, bro, Jota, Mane, and Firmino, we've all played down the middle. After playing it for a little while, they all became players who would come into the half space and drop deep to get the ball. And I think that's Klopp and Linders and everybody in the way we train, letting them know that that's how, you know what I mean? They always start up top and they just stay there. And then eventually they start to drop deep. And you see it, even Jota. Do you remember Jota used to just goal hang? And then he started to like come into the space. Then, do you know what I mean? Because I think it's how we train our players. So Núñez, hopefully over time, will do that. But he's got the pace Mane had to be able to turn and run at the players, cause havoc. Whereas Jota and Bob and Firmino, they don't really have that pace to be able to do that. So I'm interested, bro. I'm very intrigued as to what will happen.
Fair dues. I'm going to get through some of these supers. Jamrock says Schumanni was a target at DM. So does that mean Jurgen Klopp didn't see Hendo as adequate backup? He just did out of necessity just because JH was the only choice. I don't think Schumanni would have been DM. I think he'd have played next to Fabinho. I think he'd have played on the right-hand side of the three, personally. I think it's a bit of a false narrative that I think it was a bit of a false narrative that he was just a DM. I think he was more than that. Or should I say, I think he is more than that. Pimp in Distress says, late to show tonight. You flying solo? No. Drift is here. Not Jason Derulo. Jamrock says, Cal, game out how many games that Mo alternative gets. I'm gonna say 20, Jamrock. I'm gonna elaborate on my answer in a minute, Jamrock, for you, bro. Liam said, could Saad do a job as backup? Not for me.
Not anymore.
Not for me. SW29 says, Diamond, Jota Nunes up top with Bobby, Harvey, Carvalho in the 10. Where does Salah go? Where does Diaz go?
So what was that, sorry?
Playing a 4-4-2 Diamond with Nunes and Jota at the top, and then playing Harvey, Carvalho, or Bobby as a 10.
That would mean Diaz and Mo would have to be wide midfielders. That would be a bit weird.
Or they wouldn't play. Pimp Distress says, Mr. Diaz Turner, evening G. Big up yourself, Pimp in Distress as always.
Big up, Pimp.
Anto Joseph says, change the 4-4-2 with Elliott as right midfield with Jota and Nunes as a 2. I don't think Jota and Nunes would work as a strike duo, personally. Max says, Klopp would make Gnabry a top 5 winger in the world. I think there's an argument to say Gnabry already is a top 5 winger in world football. In my humble opinion, I already think he is top 5.
Sorry, bro. I have to mute my mic. These wheat crunchies are a hella thing, bro. Just be making bare noise. I shout out to my wheat crunchy crew. And the tomato flavor wheat crunchies are banging as well. Don't get it twisted.
Jamrock, one sec. Are you thinking about the top 5 thing?
Yeah.
Let me read this super and I'll come back to it.
Yeah, go.
Jamrock says, with Jurgen being our coach and Mo wanting to win Ballon d'Or and Jurgen wanting to look out for his core players, how many games does that alternative get in a 50 to 55 game season? Again, Jamrock, with all due respect to Jurgen and Mo, I don't really care for individual honours over Liverpool honours. Like, if Mo doesn't win the Ballon d'Or but we win the quadruple, I mean, I don't really care who wins Ballon d'Or after that, if I'm going to be honest. I've never really cared about who wins Ballon d'Or because it's always rigged. It's always catered to who the narrative wants to win. For me, I care about Liverpool Football Club. So Klopp's got to change that mindset if that's the case. If Salah's knocking on his door saying, I need to play because I want to win Ballon d'Or, then Klopp's got to be a bit more firm in his approach, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Rack as always with a generous super chat. Much appreciated, Rack.
Big up.
Musa LFC 21 says Jurgen Klopp has more faith in our squad and academy, which is why we'll always favour in squad solutions for certain positions. That's why we get versatile players. Maybe. And look, Jurgen Klopp's got the training facility now where he can overlook both the first team and the academy as well. So, but for me, that's what I'd do. So yeah, go on, Drew. Top 5. I've got Gnabry in my top 5 wingers.
All right. Mo, number 1. And then the rest in no order. I'm just gonna say like who I think are the top wingers. Vinicius Jr. Diaz.
He's not in my top 5 yet.
He's in mine. Gnabry might be in the top 5 for real still. He might be.
Mahrez has got a shout.
No, Mahrez is better than Gnabry. Yeah, Mahrez is in there.
I don't know if he's better than Gnabry.
Yeah, I would say so. I think Mahrez is kind of criminally underrated, to be honest.
I know he's underrated, but I don't think he's better than Gnabry.
I would be more inclined to want Mahrez if it was both at their peak. Like if it could be 26-year-old Mahrez again. He's getting on a little bit now. He's not done or anything, but obviously. But if you remember that Leicester Mahrez, that 25, 26-year-old Mahrez that was just fearless and just taking players on for fun and stuff, that Mahrez was disgusting. I know he's had to adapt his game a bit, but I guess that's the difference. What's Gnabry, 25, 26? He's about...
Gnabry's about 27, I think.
Oh, he's a bit older than I thought he was still. Maybe Gnabry is in the top 5. He's definitely top 7 then. Like he's definitely a top 7 winger. So whichever way you look at it, he's in the creme de la creme of the wingers in the world, isn't it? So
yeah.
Dembele, obviously, injuries aside, he's better than Gnabry. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
Are we doing talent or who's actually been performing?
Like everything, I'll say everything. Like combination of talent, performances over the last 18 months, like everything. Because remember, the second half of the season, Dembele was brilliant. Like he kind of did get over
played pretty much in the last 18 months.
I hear that.
It's hard. Son, I see a couple of you shouting Son. Son doesn't really play as a winger.
He is a wide forward though, so I'll put him in the conversation.
I feel as though he's kind of part of it too.
Nah, I'd probably say he's a wide player. I would. And I would put Son above Gnabry as well. He's top 7. Gnabry's top 7, isn't it? Like,
fair dues. I don't think Son's better than him. I think Son's a better finisher, but I don't think Son's a better player than Gnabry.
You've championed Gnabry from like 2-3 years ago, so I know you've got a different level of respect for Gnabry as well.
So. I've got that respect for Son as well. But I was screaming about Son.
Oh no, I mean like you've got like a favoritism with Gnabry.
Yeah,
he's one of you. You know what I mean? Like he is. You've been talking about Gnabry for years, so I know you've got a bit of you've got a little bit more of that love for Gnabry than others. So maybe that's why you do feel like he's better than maybe a Mahrez or thing. Well, I don't because I don't have that love for him. But I'm not going to argue it. Like it's not like it's a fair argument. Is he better than Mahrez? Is he better than Son? I think it's a fair argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm shocked that people are saying that it's not even close between Son and Gnabry. I find that very weird. Are we forgetting what Gnabry did when he went to Spurs? Like, didn't he bang in 4 and make it look very easy? Like, I think everyone is sleeping on Gnabry. Son's a phenomenal finisher, but let's not act like Gnabry can't finish with both feet. Gnabry's a better dribbler. For me, I think he's got more pace. I think he's better in the air.
Ooh, I don't know if he's got more pace, but Son's rapid.
So is Gnabry.
That's a tough one. I don't actually know who the quicker of the two is, actually, if I'm being honest.
Fair dues.
It's a good contest. It's a very good...
No,
it is a very good contest, yeah.
Right, people, we are going to open the phone lines now. So, guys, we're going to be a little bit stricter this week. So, just a caveat. Yes. Please don't be upset with us if we cut you off. But we are going to give you guys 3 minutes from the moment you step in. So that's the 3 minutes to come on, introduce yourself, say your hellos and everything, and make your statement / ask your question. And then we will have to move you on after those 3 minutes. We are going to get through them quite quickly tonight, guys. So please don't be upset if we cut you off. And we will give you a little warning when you guys are down to your last 30 seconds and all that.
We're going to bring the fun back as well, guys. We're going to bring the fun back. Like if you go over the time, you're going to get hit with a little something, and then you'll be removed by the time the clip's over. Let's make it fun, innit? Like, I want to play a game.
Come join us, people. The phone lines are open. Look, if people are saying Son's better than Gnabry, I don't have a problem with that. But to say he's clear or it's not even close, I do have an issue with that. I can't lie. To say that, I think is wild, to say the least. But maybe it's a case of many people don't watch Bundesliga as much as Premier League, and obviously that Bundesliga tax and all that. So I get that as well. But there are some players who are above that tax, in my opinion. And think Gnabry he should get that respect still, personally. Especially when I saw what he did to Robbo as well. Like, I ain't seen many players have Robbo on toast over 2 legs. I think that says a lot. Right, let's get the first caller in. You ready, Drift?
Yep, ready, bro, ready.
All right. Cows Nettle Army, welcome to the show. You there, bro?
Big up, man. Big up. I'm kind of lagging on my end, innit? But I'm kind of lagging. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you, bro. We can hear you. I reset the timer, but yeah,
I'm kind of lagging on my end, so sorry if it's a little bit delayed. Big up, but big up to you, lot, guys. Last weekend I kind of split the chat in the middle. So just before I start again, I want to say the Salah signing was a big signing, and I didn't speak enough about it. I think the Salah signing is underrated in my opinion. I think it shows that FSG are willing now to give top players top money, and it shows that we're a destination club instead of a stepping stone club. But the one thing that I wanted to say, and I think Kal, me and you saw it on the day when I think the Sunday night stream when it was the UFC. Big up to the UFC, by the way. When I was saying,
I'm not gonna lie, I barely
don't
remember that stream. I was
sign a midfielder this summer. Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of dying as well. To be honest. But there was a question that I asked, and I need everybody in the chat, and I need both of you to answer this question. And it's gonna rile a few people, but I need to see where everybody's heads at. If Liverpool don't sign a central midfielder this summer, if you have to pick a side between blaming either FSG or Klopp, who gets the blame? Because, and a caveat is to this, FSG have done everything that Jurgen Klopp has wanted them to do this season. They've given Salah a new contract extension. They gave him a right back. They gave him Fabio Carvalho. If I'm not mistaken, Jurgen Klopp's all of his staff members a pay rise. They've done everything that Jurgen Klopp has asked for this summer. So who gets the blame then, guys? Because for me, it's Jurgen Klopp. If you don't buy such a midfielder, I think the blame goes on to Jurgen Klopp. But you know what? I don't want to waste the time. Outrageous or outlandish takes. So I'm liking this. I'm liking this side of Drifty. I think I'm to see this side. We have to see this side. We have to see this. But big up to everybody. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up Jamrock. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up Jamrock. Big up Wino, my promo, my day ones. And I'm gone, man. Safe.
Bless you, bro.
Bless.
Drift,
bro, 45 seconds to spare. Big up on that one. Bro, I ain't blaming Klopp for shit.
So you'll see man still blame on someone else, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
And we be like Shaggy, basically.
Bro, if I see him stealing, I'll be like, yeah, he must be hungry.
I'll go ahead
something just pushed him into doing that because he wouldn't steal for no reason.
As things stand right now, if Liverpool don't sign a centre midfielder, it is 100% on Klopp.
Granted.
100% on Klopp. And someone will have to change my mind on that.
These are the thoughts of Callum, by the way.
They are the thoughts of Callum. They do not represent the thoughts of Team Kopish. If Liverpool Football Club do not sign a centre midfielder between now and the end of the window, it is 100% on Jurgen Klopp.
My. Very interesting.
And I justify really quickly. I justify before we get to the next caller on.
Yeah, go to.
Milner's contract was extended. Ox is still at the club. Naby's still at the club. That's my explanation.
And you think that is 100% because Klopp wants them to be there, not because the club can't really get rid of them or whatever.
But Milner was available to leave the club.
No, other than Milner.
Yeah.
I'm all right with Milner. Here's the thing. We're gonna.
No, I'm not even mad at Milner staying.
But I think a lot of people in the chat. I know you are, but a lot of people. and he's gonna be like I said, guys, he is 8th choice, and the only reason he will play is because Ox and Naby and Jones and those players
ain't 8th
can't
choice,
be
dude.
trusted, or they're
He's
not doing
8th
their
choice.
job.
He's
Bro,
not 8th choice.
He is, man. If
He's one of the first substitutions Klopp makes, bro.
Yeah, because he can't trust Ox and he can't trust Jones and he can't trust Naby.
Exactly,
not
bro.
because Milner is his, like, he wants Milner to be that guy. He's looking at his team and he's thinking Milner's a better chance of seeing this game out than Ox is or whatever.
Exactly. You've just made my point
So
for me.
Ox and Naby need to go, bro. That's what the problem is.
But Drift, if you draw for the man more than you draw for the other 3 or 4, he's not 8th choice, bro.
No, but he should be 8th choice.
But he's not. The main problem is Ox and Naby. And I say this with all
and
due
Jones.
respect.
I'm not gonna lie. We've got to put Jones in there as well.
No, the reason why I'm putting more on Ox and Naby is because from the 17-18 season, they were both signed in that summer. Obviously, Naby came the summer after. From 17-18, the job of Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain was to remove Henderson and remove Gini Wijnaldum from Liverpool Football Club's starting 11 midfield. And to this day, neither have been able to do that.
To this day,
neither have been able to do that.
Yeah, do you know what? That really makes me feel bad.
Gini left the club on a free. If Gini was here today, Gini would start ahead of those two.
Oh, rightly so.
But that's my point. They didn't do their job. That was their job. Their job was to come in. If I've got mice and I call the rodent killers and they come to my house and I come back and I see them sitting on my couch drinking a cup of tea and there's rats running around, they ain't done their job, Drift. Naby Keita and Ox haven't done their job, bro. Hence why we're still here in 2022 after signing them while they're in their peak ages, screaming that neither should be at the club and that we should have someone else coming in.
Yeah, you sit on my sofa in your dirty overalls and I'm going to turn into the exterminator.
For real. For real. Right, let's get the next caller in. You ready, Drift?
Yeah, ready.
The one and only Mr. Friday Night, Zabir with the locks.
Yo, big up on yourself, Drifty.
What's going on, G? What's going on?
Yo, take your headphones off, Drifty. I respect you. I don't want you to lose sleep. Take your headphones off. Yo, Cal, let me talk to you. Yo, big up Saints and Jamie Phillips, because we was having a discussion and the question came to me. People talking about, have we outgrown FSG? The bigger question is, have we outgrown Klopp? Because Klopp picked us up in the mud as well and brought us to a level, and we capped at that level. We need a next man to take us there. I'm not saying I know who the next man is, but we need another man. Yo, builders, you have a man that build the foundation, you got a man that build up the side, and you got a man for the roofing. Klopp ain't the roofer. So we got the sides and the windows. We just here leaking through the roof. Leaking through the roof. Leaking through the roof, Drifty. You on the couch, fresh, but you ain't got no roof. We need a roofer, Drifty. That's all I'm saying. Cal, what's happening, man? How you been? Everything good, yeah. But the reason why I say that is Milner was part of the foundation, and we moved on to the sides with Mane and Mo, and we'll go in other places with the youngsters. I'm telling you right now, Klopp ain't it. I'm not saying he ain't the guy. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm loving the moment. I remember 2015. I remember 03. So I know where we're coming from, but we need to get the roof sorted. And Klopp look like he doesn't do roofing work. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not even going to take up an extra second. Drifty, I told you take your headphones off.
I wish I
had big and tough. You wanted to be big and tough. Now you might lose sleep thinking about it because you're going to see the water coming in. This season, you're going to see the water coming in. Be like, yo, we sure ain't got no roof. Hey, you man, be blessed. I love you. Sorry if I drive mud in the house, Drifty. Sincerely apologize.
All right.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah,
1 minute to spare. I'm gonna need that minute to gather my thoughts, bro.
That one fried me. I can't lie. All right, look. All right, here we go. All right. Check me. Because obviously he's the host for this show. I've got to try and see it from both sides in it.
Hey,
All right.
Mama, I love you.
I'm struggling. I'm not going to check it. All right. This is where I'm going to say Zabiri might be coming from. I hold FSG and Klopp as one entity now. Therefore, if people are saying we've outgrown FSG, they're effectively saying we've outgrown FSG and Klopp, because for me, they're all in the same. As things stand, and I'm talking about on the 8th of July, 2022, as things stand, I don't think we've outgrown FSG. And neither do I think we've outgrown Klopp. But in a year or two time, we may have to visit this conversation. As things stand right now, I'm going to be real. You see, if I woke up tomorrow morning and heard Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool Football Club, I don't know how I take that news.
Let us at it. Pip in distress.
Yeah, I don't know. Zabiri, bro, I'm not going to lie. I don't even know.
If I woke up tomorrow morning and Klopp had left Liverpool, I would have a nervous breakdown.
Zabiri said FSGK all day still.
Yo, I would have a nervous breakdown if that yellow bar was going, breaking news, Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool. I would have a nervous breakdown, bro.
Bro, I'd be a mess. I would be a mess. I would be a mess, Drifty.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Boy. All right, let's get the next caller in, because I'll be honest, I've been thrown.
We cannot replace him.
It's facts. Bro, here's the thing. As much as I don't like him, Pep's the only man out there that can replace Klopp and give us immediate success.
100%.
He ain't leaving City.
100%, bro.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
actually, do you know what?
So I'll tell you what's mad. My lower belly is hurting just thinking of leaving.
Like man got a bull shot, you know?
My lower belly is hurting, bro.
You can call this a drifty wild take if you want, yeah. But I believe that the relationship that Pep has with the Man City people, I don't think it can necessarily be tarnished based on the fact that they've never known anything like the success they've had under him. Now, I know things can change, but I truly believe Pep is the best thing that's ever happened to Man City, which means it'll be quite difficult for those fans to ever be angry at him, no matter what he did.
I disagree.
I think Liverpool could get Pep.
No,
I do. No, not take him away from them, but if his contract finished, I think Pep looks at Liverpool with envy. He's used to Barcelona, where the fan base is that. No, he begs the Man City fans to do things we do in our sleep. I think he looks at the Liverpool family, and I think it's what he wishes Man City were. And I genuinely believe that there would be a possibility that when his contract was up with City, he would take the Liverpool job. He's not a mercenary, but I don't think he's one of those guys who'd be like, oh no, I've managed things, so that's it. Because where does he go from here then? That means he can't go back to Germany, and he can't go back to Spain, and he can't manage ever again in England. Italy, that's the only thing he can do then if he's going to do the whole...
There's more chance of him going to Newcastle than coming to Liverpool.
Possibly.
Not possibly. Drift.
Possibly. But he wants the heritage. We've got the heritage. He looks at us with jealousy, Cal. Have you seen the way he looks at us with jealousy? Bro?
All right, Drift. I'm going to play FSG here. You play Pep. Come on, ask me a question. It's the first day at work. Welcome to job, Pep. What you saying, homie? What you want?
I need some new players, more than you can believe.
New players? He's got academy for that? Ooh, Cole, Where's Ashton Kutcher? Where the camera at? Punk. You ain't getting that money on me. What, you got no question, Pep?
I need 150 million for 2 fullbacks.
Yacht money, you mean? Sir. You better go out there and see you got in the academy. I heard they got a couple players in the under 12s. They free, right? Go do what you gotta do. Wage structure, baby. Come on, Drift. You honestly think Pep's gonna? Bro, you saw what Pep's like, bro, when he said, "Oh, we can't afford certain strikers," and man goes and pulls out Haaland and Alvarez in one window. Come on, Drift.
No, but here's the thing, yeah. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And
He
again,
spent 300 in one window, Drift.
No, but here's the thing. What people are forgetting though, yeah. And again, I'm not trying to defend Pep, but I'm trying to look at it from both sides. When Guardiola was at Barcelona, yes, I know he had generational players, but he also brought through a lot of the players that made the success. He does know how to coach and improve players, and he does go to the academy if the players in the academy are good enough. He does. Honestly, he does. Phil Foden wouldn't be a Man City player if he didn't.
Phil Foden is a generational talent, Drift.
But nobody would have known that without Pep giving him the opportunity, bro.
Everyone knew about Foden before Pep bust him, bro.
Nah, but Pep was still the reason why he was given the opportunity. Pep's got all that money, right? He could have gone and bought a player and done all that.
Who else?
Pedri, Busquets.
No. Who else at Man City?
Oh, what Man City? No, I'm just talking about in his time as a manager. He does bring through young players.
Bayern Munich.
I don't think Bayern Munich had any academy players.
Yeah, you said that with straight face. Oh man! By the way, guys, Kimmich was not brought through Bayern's academy. Kimmich was purchased from another German team.
Look,
as I promise, like, and even it was.
Look, all I'm saying is, I do believe that Pep would be able to work with the young players and improve them, and and I do believe that he would love, because let's be real. We've got good enough players in the Liverpool team. Like, imagine Pep didn't get a new contract at the end of this year because he hasn't got one now when his contract runs out. So he actually was a free agent in 12 months' time, and that was, God forbid, when Klopp did leave. So it wasn't even a paying thing. He was a free agent. The players that are in our team right now, Pep wouldn't even really need to do much transfer activity. So it wouldn't even be a big deal. It wouldn't be a thing where he'd have to be like, oh, I need all this money. The team is there. 1 or 2 maybe, but the team is there. He would take that job, Cal. I'm not saying he'd be here forever. Maybe he would get fed up after a while. Pep would take the Liverpool job, bro. He would. I'm telling you, bro.
He ain't taking a job over a lot of other jobs. Would be the last team he'd look at.
I disagree, you know. I think he looks at us with envy. I really do. But that's just me.
Right, let's get our next caller on. John the Second.
Guys, I can't even lie. Like, Zaburi's messed up my heart right now still. Someone please call 911. Pick up the phone, y'all. I just got... Bro, that was raw. But then it made a good segue to my question to you guys anyway. Because I don't know about you lot, but I feel like, I don't know whether it's an FSG thing, but I feel like the club are slowly trying to prep us for maybe a Pep Linders possible takeover after Klopp, because obviously he took over after the Chelsea game. He's getting more and more coverage, especially like during within the press before games and after. And he recently put out a book as well, I believe. I don't know if you lot have seen.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But one thing I'll give him a lot of credit for, his knowledge of the game is immaculate. in my opinion. So I wanted to know your thoughts on. I mean, I know we've had this conversation before of who's going to take over after Klopp, but like, do you really think it could possibly be Pep? Like, you know what I'm saying? My second question is, because I was thinking about this today, and obviously your conversation regarding like right wing and us may not needing a midfielder. I still think we do. But what are your thoughts on possibly having Joel Matip as a DM?
You've been watching Inside Training.
It's not even that, it's just more so like I watch him very closely, and whenever he drifts out of defense and he carries the ball, I can't even lie. Like, for one, it's funny. It's funny because his stature, it doesn't suit the way he. It just doesn't make sense how he does it. But then he does it so well. So I don't know. Like, could it be like a David Luiz thing where we could try and error, try and test that? I don't know. Like, what do you lot think? And lastly, I feel like, and I've mentioned this before in the past, but I feel like now it's slightly starting to worry me, because I feel like now we have the best batch of youngsters we've probably had at the club for a very long time. But yet the club still loan out our players to these whatless teams. Like Balagzi went to was it Crew?
Crawley.
Is it Crawley?
Yeah, 25 seconds, G.
Crawley. I'll leave it there, wait for you to discuss. Crawley. Balagzi. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Bless
Big up,
up,
G.
bro.
Big up. We'll chop that out now. Big up, G. Big up.
No
big
worries.
Nice one.
Bless. I'm loving the
sorry.
people today. No one's hit the timer yet.
Yeah, just as a caveat, big up Crawley. I know a couple man who play for Crawley or have played for Crawley in the past. Don't want to sever any ties there, so big up Crawley in that. First question, Drift. Pep Linders.
His ability to cope, I don't doubt at all. It's his ability to manage I'd be a little bit worried about. Because remember, even if you're the head coach, you're still managing. And I think that's harder than people give it credit for. So that's the only thing I'd be a bit worried about. Can you deal with pressure situations at pressure moments when there's nobody to fall back on? Because in life, it's quite easy to make a decision when it's with somebody or to give advice to somebody, but it's not you. Like, if your bridging comes home and like, oh man, my girl cheated on me, bro, man, what should I do? It's very easy to go, oh bro, you should leave her, man. Like,
I thought you were gonna use the fellatio example. I was gonna say, but 3 weeks in a row.
I mean, if you want me to take her back, but like, it would be very easy to go, yeah, no, leave her, man, leave her. Because it's very easy to give that advice. But if you're the guy who's got maybe kids with her or 10 years invested or whatever the situation may be, it's not easy for him to make the decision as ever logical as it is for you as the outsider. And that's what would worry me about Linders. It's very easy for him to go, nah, you know what, Jurgen, I think you should do this. I think we should do that, rare. But, that's bouncing off of somebody else. When you know the decision's going to be your fault and everyone's going to blame you, it's different. So that's the only thing I'd worry about if Linders was in charge. I don't doubt his education. I don't doubt his intelligence. I just would worry if he could handle the pressure of a Champions League semi-final, of a last game of the season, of a FA Cup fight. Like, those are the things I would worry about. I love the guy, though. I love Pep, man. He's so charismatic, man.
Yeah. I genuinely believe Pep Linders is being groomed to be the new manager once Klopp hangs it up. I think time will tell whether he's ready or not. Here's the thing. Being a number 2 and being a number 1 are so different. Like, the skill set for both is very different. Hence why you saw people like Carlos Queiroz and like even Steve McLaren. Like, phenomenal. Sammy Lee, great backups, great number 2s. But when they got into the hot seat, it kind of unraveled and fell apart. I do feel as though Pep is getting groomed for that position, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he's next. Wouldn't be
Do you want
surprised.
a wild take?
Go on.
I don't think Gerrard will ever be Liverpool manager.
Right. Did you and Beery get together and think, right, let's see if we can break Callum live tonight? Is that what you man are doing? You got off the Klopp and now Steven.
I think it's a combination of maybe Gerrard wouldn't want the pressure of it, and maybe FSG would feel it was a weird thing to do.
He has to be Liverpool manager one day. He has to be.
I don't think it'll be in the next 10 years.
He has to be. Whether it's in the next 10 years or 20, he has to be Liverpool manager before he sees it out.
Does he though? What if he doesn't? What if he's not good enough?
He will be.
I just got a feeling that he'll never actually be Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
You know, you think about some of our other legends, like Keegan, and you know that's up like, and they, like John Barnes, and like they never came and was Liverpool manager. And you would have thought, like Keegan especially, you would have definitely thought at some point Keegan would have been Liverpool manager. Do you know what I mean? It just never happened, bro.
Keegan did love Newcastle though.
I know, but he still loved Liverpool as well.
Not like he loved Newcastle.
Yeah, I know that.
And John Barnes, if I'm going to be honest, was more politics of him not being a manager or having a managerial career. Let's be honest, that's politics.
Yeah,
we know what that is without going.
I get you on that. That's true. But I don't know. There's been other legends who just Phil Thompson.
He was a number 2.
Pep Linders. But there's still a part. There's still a part of you that might have thought like that Phil Thompson might have become Liverpool manager, right? He's got the charisma and he's an absolute legend. Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes you just think, I don't know. I just got a feeling Gerrard will never actually be Liverpool manager. I don't know, man.
That's throwing me drift. I'm not gonna lie.
But there's a part of me that thinks it might be for the best. Imagine if it goes wrong, bro. Now imagine if it goes wrong, bro.
Yeah, but what if it goes right?
That would be the sweetest thing.
Exactly, bro. What if it goes right? What if Liverpool get Gerrard and Gerrard leads us to the promised land of the Premier League or a Champions League or both? What if he does the quad? Come on, man. I love Klopp. Don't get me wrong, I love Klopp. But if Gerrard won us the quad, or Gerrard won us the Premier League or in the Champions League double, for example, I don't think anything would top that. For us fans, I don't think anything would top that.
Gerrard winning any trophy, I think, would probably top most things.
No, it has to be the big 2. It has to be the
Do you think so?
Yeah, I love Gerrard, but it has to be the big 2. But I don't want that. I don't just want that anymore, bro. I'm at the big table now, bro. I want big food, bro. You know when you used to sit at the kids' table when you were young and then you got promoted to the adults' table, but I don't want to eat chicken nuggets and chips anymore. I want rice. I want chicken. I want curry goat. I want some mutton. I want coleslaw.
Fair, dude.
I want to go back sitting on the kids' table. My legs are too long now. I can't sit under the table anymore. Done. Why John's second question? Matip as DM?
I think Matip's got to stop embarrassing people in training for a start. I swear the clip I was watching yesterday, somebody actually shouted, "Stop it, Joel!" He's just bending up man in training, bruv. Man, the man's a baller, you know.
I don't even think it was the bending up. I think it was the finish. The finish was so nonchalant. It was just like,
bruv. Is he the best ball playing centre back in the league? He probably is, bruv.
I said before you came on the stream, I said last season, the best 2 defenders of bringing the ball out from the back and doing something productive with it, in my opinion, were Matip and Rudiger.
Matip's better than Rudiger at running with the ball.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but Rudiger was very good at doing that last season. Granted, he was in the 3, which leads me on to my next point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play Matip in DM, but if we're playing 3 at the back, Matip's the guy I'm playing in the middle.
To make the run.
Oh, jeez.
Joel, man. The man's reinvented himself. He is, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, he does have the capability of playing DM. If I'm not mistaken, he played DM in Germany, didn't he?
Yeah, early in his career at Schalke,
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. if Joey G or Ibu gets to that level where they're like undroppable, Matip in the DM, you never know, bruv.
Fair dues. And then best batch of youngsters currently, but they're being sent out on loan. Is it a good thing or a bad thing in your opinion?
I think it's a bad thing if they go to clubs that are pointless. I do agree with Wyatt John. Playing football isn't just about playing football. It's growing from a boy to a man. It's learning maybe a similar style of play, learning how that league is. I think it's very stupid to go down to like Division 1 or something because you're not going to learn what it's like to play in the Premier League. I think the Championship is the furthest you should send a player in terms of lower level down. So, yeah, I kind of agree. There's no point going Division 1 and going all the way down there because playing football isn't just playing football. Otherwise, he can just play under 23 football. Like,
Even if you're that young, though?
Yeah.
He's very young.
I know, but what are you going to learn in that league? And I'm not going to lie, bro. That league is rough. Like, you might get injured. You know what I mean?
Might be the point of it, though, in terms of toughening up, knowing how to navigate in those sort of games where it is rough. Can you still deal with that and still play your game? Can people rattle you easily?
I think we got to start doing what Chelsea do, where their players go on loan to good teams. You know what I mean? Like they go on loan to teams like Southampton and Chelsea, and Crystal Palace, and like you're actually going to get good Premier League experience.
I mean, 9 out of 10 Chelsea players go on loan and they don't do well. They're not sent to good places. I think it's very far between that Chelsea get it right. Remember, Chelsea's loan system is not really there to send players out on loan to get better. It's send players out there to get money.
I mean,
they're
I get that.
They're pimps. Let's call it what it was. They're pimps.
Yeah, I hear that.
Right. I will. One thing why, John, I will disagree. I don't think this is our best batch of youngsters that we've had. I'll actually go back to around 2008, maybe to 2011, 12. In that period, we had Mavinga, Pacheco, Suso, Ince, Eccleston, Amu, Ngu. We had some great youngsters in that little period. And I think if Klopp was there at the time, I think we would have seen some real gems come out of that batch. I really do. Adam Morgan, shout out to Musa LFC 21. Adam Morgan was meant to be the next Fowler. But yeah, I think they were under the wrong man. It was Hodgson and them days. And plus we didn't have the luxury of having a great squad to be able to bed those players in as well.
You know what's mad, yeah? Hodgson was a train crash, don't get me wrong. But let's be real. He's not actually a crap manager. It's mad how weird it went when he came to Liverpool. Like it really, like that's probably the worst he's ever been in his English managerial career. It was so weird how it just went wrong so quickly for him. I don't know what happened.
All right, I'll put it like this. You've got some players in the Premier League who aren't rubbish footballers, but if they came to Liverpool, they'd look terrible, right?
Oh, I don't know. If they're terrible at Liverpool, they probably would look terrible somewhere else, surely.
No, because you're asked to do more in Liverpool's team. You're not. Some teams you're just asked to break up play and give it to the nearest man. Liverpool, you can't do that. You can't get away with that at Liverpool. Flacco distributes. Hendo distributes when he plays in the 6. It was too far. But when he came out and said Liverpool aren't too big not to be in a relegation battle, I said, you know what? Let me wash my hands real quick and get rid of my man. I don't want to be hearing that come out of my manager's mouth ever.
I think that was him trying to deflect away from how poor he'd been.
But that's a wild thing to say, you know. Not even Ollie said that about United, bro.
Yeah, that was mad.
You're getting packed in weekly.
Yeah, that was a torrid time, bloody hell.
Right, let's get our next caller in. The legend himself, over 2K subscribers on his channel. Jamie Phillips, Football Chats.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I had Siberian Saint on my show yesterday. They were talking about that, and yeah, it was crazy. I could understand a little bit where they're coming from, though. I do understand. Got some questions. So, Buvac and Pep, who's the better assistant? Because I look at it, I think our football's got more boring since Pep Lijnders become coach. And Bovic was more an exciting type of brand of football. Other question, Man City and Liverpool's squad is not that far away from each other. You look at everything apart from the midfield. I think that's the only position Man City win. Yeah, everyone that go Haaland got City got Haaland. But everyone forgets about Mo Salah, most underappreciated player in European football. Mo Salah has been getting goals for 5 years in the hardest league in the world, and no one ever talks about him. All you ever hear is about Haaland. No. Liverpool have the best attack, the best defence, the best two goalkeepers out of Man City and Liverpool, in my opinion. It's just the midfield area where City trump everyone in Europe. Yeah, and we got to start. For me, we got to stop. Get a bit more happy. I think Liverpool could win the Premier League this season. It's because of the World Cup, and it's because of the World Cup. We got two superstar footballers that are not going to the World Cup in Diaz and Salah, and I think that could make a massive difference this summer. If we are top of the league before the World Cup, we win it. We're top of the league for the World Cup. I think we win it because you look at Man City's team; they're littered with. Every one of them, I think, will play for their team at the World Cup. Not everyone in ours will. Matip's not going to go. Salah's not going to go. Diaz not going to go. You know, Trent shouldn't go. You know, I don't know if Henderson's going to go or not. We don't know if Fabinho will go or not. We don't know if Bobby will go or not. So we've got a lot of players there, and I think that could help us. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Boy, great questions. Jamie, before we let you go, though, you've got a show coming up. I think you should promo it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I've got a big show tomorrow night, everyone. So, yeah, I've got a big debate show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on my channel. It's Suarez versus Henry, who was really the best. Yeah, we're going to go at it. I've got a few. I've got quite a lot of guests on as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a debate.
I'm disappointed I can't be a part of it, man.
It's going to be a debate that needs to be taken because I think Luis Suarez is criminally underrated as a footballer. I don't think we talk about him enough. I think it's because of what he does as a human. You know, the things he's got in trouble with, things he's done. I think that puts a blur in it because that man should have won 2 Ballon d'Ors for me. You know, we talk about Messi, we talk about Ronaldo. Why ain't Suarez been spoke about with him for the last 10 years? The best centre forward since R9, in my opinion. And we're going to debate it tomorrow, 8 p.m. on my channel, guys. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah, make sure you go and check that out. And Jamie, make sure you let everybody know that as sensational as Henry was, and let's not get twisted, the man was sensational.
Oh, yeah.
When you talk about the whole, when you turn 30, are you over the hill? Henry goes in that bracket. We have to be honest. We have to. In his 20s, absolutely a sensational footballer, but the drop-off was dramatic. Like one day he was good and the next day he just wasn't. And I don't think that gets spoken about enough, but there wasn't social media back then and he's a Premier League icon, innit? So, but can you imagine that Barcelona version of Henry was actually terrible.
Yeah.
Like, if we're being honest, it actually was terrible. It doesn't get spoken about. Like, it really doesn't, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I look forward to watching it afterwards. But
Cool. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.
We'll chop up your questions now as well, bro.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. All right. Buvac versus Pep. Do you mind if I started this one, Drift?
Bruv, take it away, bro.
Do you remember a little while back, I asked the question and I got ripped in the comments for it about Buvac and the fact of how we play now is a bit more predictable and
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do to caveat that is and I understand Pep, his era at Liverpool alongside Klopp and Buvac's era alongside Liverpool, Pep's era has been way more successful. But again, we also have to understand Buvac's era under Klopp and Pep's era under Klopp are two different eras. Buvac's era was the building era. Pep's has been the we've got something built, let's evolve era. I don't think there's any debate in which team plays the more exciting football. I think the 16, 17, and 17, 18 attacking wise was way more exciting than what we currently have now. We're still exciting, but still, I think it was way more exciting. One thing I do think Buvac is underrated for, or always gets criticised for, which I don't think is his fault, and I think what Pep gets a lot of credit for, which I don't think he should, is the fact of Buvac never had the players that we have now. I'm going to read off the team Buvac had when he left. Virgil van Dijk, just as he came in. Dejan Lovren. A very young Trent. Karius in goal. And a very new Robbo. In midfield, it was Hendo, Gini. Who's the third? And usually Milner as a third centre midfielder. And then front three was Mane, Salah, Firmino. The squad was very, very slim. Very small. I personally believe if we had Buvac still now, we would have still won the trophies that we won while Pep was here with Klopp. That's not taking anything away from Pep. But I think everyone's really quick to say Buvac left and then Pep came in and we won these things. We did, factually. But you also have to understand Pep had everything in place, whereas Buvac and Klopp were building in that phase.
That is true. That is
so
true.
I'm not downplaying or underrating Pep. I rate Pep as a number 2. But I do think this narrative of we just used to leak goals with Buvac. Yeah, because we didn't have Flacco, we didn't have Virgil, and we didn't have flipping Alisson in goal. Yes, we're going to leak goals.
But the thing is, though, Bob, we never had donkeys, though. And I do think Buvac wasn't the best at defending.
Karius.
No, I'm not saying that Karius is a good goalkeeper, but if you actually think about it, like Matip and Lovren, they're not bad centre back. Not to the point where we should be leaking him out of goals that we were. Do you get what I mean?
Matip was injured a lot under Buvac.
Yeah, I can't even remember, to be honest. But
again, not saying we won these competitions, but under Buvac, without the squad that we've got now, we got to a Champions League final, a Europa League final, and a League Cup final. And in all 3 of those finals, you wouldn't say it was tactics that stopped us winning those games, would we? We've already established
individual mistakes. Yeah.
The League Cup final, Mignolet made a mistake for Fernandinho's goal. The League Cup the Europa League final, Moreno went on a mad one, and the Champions League final, Karius went on a mad one.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I preferred the football we played under Buvac, but I kind of like the organization more under Linders. I don't know.
One more caveat as well to throw at you. Teams play different against us now than what they used to as well. Teams were more willing to come out and play against us because they knew the personnel who we had in the team. You could get at them a bit more. Now, teams sitting way more than they did back in 16-17 and 17-18.
Maybe Buvac's tactics wouldn't have worked now then, with people sitting back. And
that's a fair argument.
Yeah,
just in the comments, we've had conversations about Pep before this question, right? What have I said about Pep in this show so far, Drew? If you can remember. Or I'll rephrase it. Have I ever said I don't rate him? Or I think
I was just trying to remember. I know you rate Pep.
Yeah.
You just think Buvac is a bit better.
I know, because Andy and Abdi seem to have a bee in their bonnet about me having an agenda, but you know.
Well, it's always called an agenda.
I know, but you know what I'm going to start? I'm going to start calling people out who call us out without any basis to their arguments, because I want to see if they can come back and have some sort of a decent conversation about throwing agendas. That word agenda is very easy to type and say without backing up.
Yeah. It's the only thing I'll say to back Pep, is when Klopp wanted to go in a new direction and Buvac didn't really like it, and that was why they came to a loggerhead and then kind of felt like, let's leave it. The one thing I like is that Klopp was justified in what he wanted to do because it did become successful. And I think it is a little bit weird that Buvac threw his toes out the pram with regards to wasn't willing to let Klopp have that. And he just went, all right, let's see how it goes. That's very stubborn of Buvac to kind of be annoyed at that. And I do I do think it was a good idea considering it worked. So I would love Buvac to still be here, but I think flexibility is definitely something you have to have in this game. And if Buvac wasn't willing to be flexible like Klopp needed him to be, it could have held us back. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Pep's a yes man, but he's a lot more willing to let Klopp be the leader than it seems Buvac was. So, you know, you got to look at it from that side as well.
Can I ask another thing as well, though? Don't we sit here and complain that we become a team that just spams crosses a lot, and that our attacking
when it's not going well, yeah.
And we also complain our attacking patterns seem they don't seem
robot.
They seem predictable.
Yeah.
We kind of never said that under Buvac either.
Bro, I didn't even know you was in the whip, bro. Is that the window you just put up?
Who, me?
Yeah, that sounded like the window. You know, you put the window.
I've got a desk fan in it, but to turn it off, you've got to switch up. You basically got to go through the different power settings.
I just heard. Oh, that wrong. I was in the whip. Yeah, we'll never know. It's going to be one of those. We'll never know, innit? We'll never know whether Buvac or Pep is the better one. I don't know, but the proof's in the pudding in terms of we won with Linders and we didn't with Buvac, even though what you're saying is completely right because we got a way better team now. So I don't know. But I did enjoy the football under Buvac more. I think that 17-18 season was unprecedented in terms of entertainment. Yeah. Like, that 17-18 season for entertainment was absolutely out of this world for entertainment. Like, I've never enjoyed football from a scared and exciting point of view like I did that season. It was mad.
Yeah, I hear that.
So,
yeah, I think it's a fair argument. Also, so Jamie's second question, our squad versus Man City squad. The only difference is midfield. Do you agree?
I think he's right, yeah. I think he's right. I think their attack is just a little bit below ours, just a tiny bit. Now that Jesus and Sterling have gone. Because obviously, Thingy's still got to prove himself in England after only playing in South America. So I definitely think Sterling and Jesus, as it stands, are more of a goal threat than he is. Even I could end up completely wrong, but I think Sterling and Jesus over the years have always contributed about 35 goals between the two of them per season, which is a lot. So Alvarez has got a lot of, like, you know what I mean? He's got a lot to live up to in terms of making sure he covers all the goals that them two players leave and take with them. So, yeah, we definitely got a better defensive goalkeeper. That isn't even a debate. The attack is probably an argument to some people. I will probably still go with ours. And yeah, their midfield's better than ours. So yeah.
Yeah, fair dues. And do you agree with that the World Cup will be an advantage for us as opposed to City?
You see how hindsight, they always say is 2020.
Yeah.
Or in my world, hindsight's a bitch, innit? I wanted Mane to win because Senegal had never won before, and at least Egypt have won, right? So I wanted Senegal to get their first one. And to this, I still stand by that. It was so amazing for them that they won. A nation as good as Senegal, it was criminal. They'd never won AFCON before, right? But now, I'm looking at it from a selfish point of view. And Mo looks over it now, so we can talk about it, innit? Time's a healer. You know, 6 months ago now. Big man's over it. You know what I mean? Egypt not being in the World Cup is absolutely amazing just from a Liverpool point of view. Because Mo gets to put his feet up, get rest, recharge the batteries, and come back and just bully up the league, bruv, afterwards. I love it. So from a selfish point of view, Mo, if you ever see this, I know you represent your country proud and you'd love to be there. I get it. But from a Liverpool point of view, no Mo, the best player in the league, not going and getting a month off. Bruv, that's amazing, bruv.
It is.
That is amazing, bruv. And it's a rest he's needed for God knows how long anyway, bruv.
Yeah.
Recharge them batteries, bruv. And we go. You also what happened to Sanchez when he never got any. What 3 Copa Americas in a row, I think he played. He fell off a cliff because, like, your body just gets to that point, innit? Mo, we need him to have that rest, bro. We need him to have that rest. He's had a summer off, then he's going to have a winter break. I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. So, Jamie may have a point. he might have a point. We've got less players going to the World Cup than any of the other top teams, I think. So he might have a point.
Fair dues. Let's get our next caller in. Jamal, welcome to the show, bro.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just I want to say happy birthday to Virgil, the only guy who can rock a ponytail, have waves in it, and have a fade as well. So come on, happy birthday to the big man. But yeah, man, I just want to say one quick question, and that's, what's the funniest thing you ever seen on a football pitch? I'll give you guys some examples. I'm gonna say Suarez against Norwich, but Suarez against Norwich was so bad, man. But one moment in particular was when he chipped the ball over Leroy Fair. Do you guys remember that? When he chipped the ball over Leroy Fair and tapped it
in the bottom corner. Yeah.
That's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful. The next one for me is when I think we was fresh off the 7-2 beating Aston Villa gave us. And I think we played Ajax in the next game. And I think Ajax player overhit a pass and Gomez was shielding the ball. And Adrian just come out like a madman. And you could actually see Gomez's face say, "Brother, what are you doing?" Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was good. And then for me, the funniest thing have to be Carlton Coleman, his step overs against Village. I mean, that was the slowest step overs I ever seen in my life. Bro, them step overs needed WD-40. I'm not going to lie. And you still beat Village. Guys, Village. I'm not saying anything, but Village, I don't think he was that good. But yeah, man, I just want to say yes. So that's my question. What's the funniest thing, you guys, in your personal opinion?
Big up, bro. I try and think now, bro. Big up
bro. And guys, smash the like button, man. These guys are grinding. There's no football, and these guys are still giving us content, man. So that's, big up for these guys.
Yeah, bless you, bro. Big up, man.
Peace.
I've got one. Simeone was playing against Barcelona, and Pep was trying to get the ball off him, and I think he beat Pep, then nutmegged him, and then passed it. And then when he did it, he turned back and started clapping himself. When you watch it, it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that sounds funny.
When you watch it, it's hilarious. So that's what.
You know what's mad? You know when something is so good that you laugh? It's not funny, but when Mo destroyed Roma at Anfield, I ended up just laughing. But do you remember that bit when he I think it was the fourth goal for Firmino?
Yeah,
when he did like a shimmy and the guy nearly fell over, and then at that point, I just started laughing. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching, but Mo absolutely ripped Roma a new one. Like, he got 2 goals and 2 assists in that game, bruv. But the gravy was different, bruv. I don't know what they did to him when he left, but he was on some different thing.
This is a shout still. Virgil to Kepa.
The penalty shooter.
I look back at it to say, don't ever try and disrespect me.
Yeah. He hit it actually at Kepa as well. Like, he actually, don't you ever give me more space. And I know what that disrespect feels like, because you did that to me, brother, at the banter games. I remember. Just gave me the whole goal, like, go on, and be like,
you did a Virgil, bruv. You packed it the side I was on.
Yeah, bruv. It's like, bruv, you're gonna take liberties, and I'm gonna take liberties. Then I'm gonna take liberties.
Sorry again, just to bring this up, Abdi, you said, like, right now, Callum, why are you bringing Buvac into the conversation? We didn't have any success under him, so clearly you're ungrateful that we have Pep Linders. We were asked a question, Abdi. That's why I discussed Pep Linders and Buvac, big man. We were asked the question, and Andy, you keep on saying I don't appreciate Pep Linders. What do you want me to do to show my appreciation? And keep it PG as well, please. All right. Man out here getting their knickers in a twist because I've got an opinion. I've not even once slagged off Pep Linders. I've constantly said I rate him. I've just said facts. Our attacking patterns are very different. Our squad is very different. What do you mean? What more do you want? Goodness me. You don't have the same opinion as people nowadays, boy.
Bro, Mo was so good that day, it made it look like maybe we shouldn't buy Allison. That was how good Mo was on that day, bro.
To you. You said that, not me.
I didn't blame Allison for any of the goals, but I was like, he just got packed like differently, bro. Yeah, Mo. I'm not gonna lie. I adore what that season was like in 13-14 in terms of like we'd never thought we could win the league for so long and whatnot, and that like gave us back that lift that we had. Yeah. But I do truly believe the argument is hard to argue with that 17-18 Mo is the best individual performance in the history of the Premier League.
It's that
or not even just Premier League, because he did it in the Champions League as well. Like, I just mean like as a season for an English team, a player playing for an English team, that 17-18 season by Mo was I don't even know it was above this. Think back, bro. Like if you go watch that season back, bro, Mo was just it was disgusting, bro.
I think there's only two players that can have an argument, and that's Suarez 13-14, and I can't remember the season it was, but the season where Henry got 20 and 20 in the league alone.
I think that was 02, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I think it was.
You know what? Cristiano 07-08 as well.
No. I don't think that was as good. I genuinely don't. It was a brilliant season. Yeah. I don't think it touches Suarez or Mo's season, though. I don't.
No, that's fair. I think there's a conversation, though.
Yeah, that Mo season was
mad.
Ridiculous,
it was mad.
Bro. It was
right. Let's get a nice caller in. Doogie.
Can you hear me, lads?
We hear you, bro. How you doing, man?
What's going on,
Good,
man?
thanks. All right, I'll try to be quick. So we're talking about the right wing position as a replacement for Salah. I reckon Ox might play there because I've looked at some of the training videos. He looks a bit happier compared to last year. So I reckon just for the sake of his career, if he does stay, Klopp might play him there. And do you guys think that this might be pushing it, but Gomez could try push for the World Cup squad, considering he's signed a new contract? And yeah, I don't know if that will happen. Another question I wanted to ask, whether or not you want to answer it, because it's a bit political, I understand. But I've spoken to a few Liverpool fans from England, and I don't understand why some of them don't support the England squad. So I've heard that I've heard a lot of politics about it, and I don't understand that. Whether or not you want to answer it, I completely understand. But yeah, it's just a question I wanted to ask. Yeah, that's all.
No problem. I mean, to the best of our knowledge, because we're not Scousers, it's a Scouser thing. But yeah, we'll try and answer it to the best we can, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Because I'm from Australia, so I don't fully understand what's going on over there. But thanks, lads.
No, big up, bro. Big up, man.
Right.
We'll chop that up now, bro. Big up.
You want to take the first one, bro?
What was the first one again, sorry, bro?
I believe about Gomez and whether he has a shout of getting in the World Cup squad.
Oh, well, he's unquestionably the best English centre-back in world football, so he should be going to the World Cup. If I was Gareth Southgate, I'll play Gomez and Tomori as my two centre-backs. That's who I think are the two best English centre-backs. But he's going to go with... Don't get me wrong, Stones is good. He's definitely improved over the last 2 years. He's going to go with Stones and Maguire, isn't he? And probably Kyle Walker as a third one because he likes to play three at the back. But I think Tomori and Gomez are the best English centre-backs. And Gehi as well. I think he's better than Maguire's. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. There are a lot of players better than Maguire, innit? Like, there actually are a lot of centre-backs that are better.
I disagree about
Maguire.
Stones, though. I think it should be Stones and Gomez if everyone's fitting on form.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't argue with that, but Tomori just had a blinder of a season, though.
Tomori's got a mistake in him, though. So, and do you know, to be fair, so is Stones.
That's what I was going to say, bro. So is Stones, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think Stones seems to play better with a leader next to him. Stones isn't necessarily a leader himself, whereas I think Tomori's a leader, which I think would work well because Gomez doesn't necessarily play well without a leader. But I think Tomori proved he's a leader at Milan this season. But yeah, Stones is good. I don't have a problem with Stones playing, but I just don't get the Maguire thing anymore.
No
Like,
one
it's
does.
gone beyond banter now. Like it
Yeah.
has, it's gone beyond banter now. Now it's just like I don't get it. Like I just don't get it. But so Gomez should be going to the World Cup, but I don't think he will. You know, I don't think he will, which is upsetting. But again, from a personal point of view, and that sounds really, really bad, mind. But as many Liverpool players as are at home just training and waiting for the season to start is better for us. So I know that sounds really like, bro, I don't even want Trent to go. I'm gonna be real, bro. I know it might affect him personally. I want Trent to have rest as well. Yeah, dude, take Reece James and all them, man, innit? Like, do your thing, Carl Walker, Jay. Do your thing, bro. Yeah, for real. Leave Trent at home. You don't think he's good enough? Cool. Just leave him at home, bro. It is what it is, innit? Like,
yeah. I'm like you. I don't think Gomez will go. But I think that's on Southgate. I think Southgate has his favourites and won't deviate from what he does. So, and yeah, I'm not upset about it because from a selfish standpoint, from a Liverpool standpoint, it means Gomez gets more rest, and hopefully we see the best out of him. But yeah, Southgate ain't the guy, man. I know he got to the final with England and all that. He ain't the guy.
Mad, isn't it? And yeah, just quickly on the whole, like the Liverpool thing with England, not to get too much into it because it is quite political, but
yeah,
it's about, you know, the travesty, everybody trying to blame the Liverpool people, I'm not even going to say the newspaper name, the disgusting things that they've printed and said, and
yeah,
and they've treated Scousers like they're not English. Almost like it's almost got to the point where they've treated them like they're not English. So that's why Scousers are just like, well, fuck England then, innit? Like, if you're gonna treat us differently and treat us wrong, even the government and things, and you know what I mean, and yeah, they've been very badly treated. So it's like, fuck England.
Yeah,
I ain't got no issue with it personally. So it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I think you summed that up perfectly, to be fair.
Hope that answered your question, Dougie.
Yeah. Chainsaw DH, welcome to the show, bro.
Yo, I want to go after Kal first. Salah signed that contract, so this displaces Gerrard's legacy at Liverpool when he wins more major honours. Gerrard only won one major honour. Salah's going to have 4 major honours when he finishes. And I've looked at Gerrard's managerial career, and it's questionable. I don't think he has the right tactics or the right mindset to manage Liverpool. But I want to then segue to the midfield. We need a midfielder. You said we need a right wing player, but we need an actual midfielder because Thiago's going to get an injury. Fabinho's been doing too much in the DM role, and we don't want a Henderson and Naby midfield. So we need a midfielder, not a right wing. So that's a must. And I want to defend Klopp on the FSG Klopp thing. Klopp wants Jude. Like, we've all heard that Jude is our main target or one of our main targets, and we have to wait until next summer. That means Klopp wants him now, but because of FSG, he has to wait 1 year because of finances and how we're structured. So this is Klopp's a smart guy. He knows we need Jude. He doesn't need James Milner for another season. But because he's been told you have to wait 1 whole season to get Jude or our main target, that's the issue here. That's why Milner signed a contract, because Klopp's been told that wait 1 year, and then Klopp's like, okay, what's my second option? Okay, I can rely on James Milner, so I'll give him 1 year contract. So I know you're saying it's Klopp and FSG together, which is true, but I think there are moments where FSG go over Klopp or Klopp goes over FSG, and I think in this scenario, in the midfield scenario, it's Klopp that wants Jude or Barella right now, but FSG are like, you have to wait 1 summer. So how could you blame Klopp for this transfer mess?
All right, I'm gonna keep you on the line while I answer these questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pause the time. Then. Let me pause. Go to. You got 1 minute and 7 when he finishes. Go, Cal, go.
Do you think Lampard's better than Gerrard?
No.
He's won more major honours though.
No. Oh, player wise. Yeah. No, but here's the thing. I'm an elitist.
Whoa, so... let me land. Has Lampard got a better legacy than Gerrard?
No.
Well, he's won more major honours.
No, but I'll give. Okay, can I say this? Lampard's only won 13 trophies. Gerrard's won 10 trophies. So Lampard and Gerrard are actually quite close.
He still won more.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, as a Liverpool fan, I'm an elitist. if you won just one Champions League on the table, I'm like, that's good, that's great. And obviously he did a lot of great things. But where's your Premier League? Where's your other Champions League?
Fair enough.
Because
I'm gonna ask you a question now. If Salah was in the team in 2005 when we won the Champions League, and Gerrard was in this team now, would Salah have won in 2005?
But I'll answer it back to you saying this is the problem with Liverpool fans. We say ifs and buts. We need to talk about actual facts. Salah's got a Premier League, and no, but unfortunately,
but I mean,
in this life,
Jimmy Traore is ahead of R9 then, because Jimmy Traore's got a Champions League.
No, but R9's got the World Cup. He's.
But we talk about club football though.
Yeah, but R9 has.
All right, so international football then Salah's won absolutely nothing.
Well, yeah, and Gerrard's won nothing internationally.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We're not going to sit here and tarnish Salah and say he's
no.
But
what I'm trying to say is that contract signed so he could solidify himself ahead of Gerrard. So if you went to 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League, I'm pretty sure we could all say that he's now number 1 in the Premier League era.
Never.
Even if he wins 2 Champions League and 2 more Premier League.
Yeah, bro. Do you know what?
But I think we underappreciate Salah's 5 seasons. He's had Premier League version of Messi and Cristiano.
I've already said Salah, in my opinion, goes down as is top 3 Liverpool players.
Yeah, but there's a favorite player, and then there's
1 minute left to have this argument, guys.
Okay. There's your subjective opinion, and then the objective opinion.
But the objective can't be without subjectivity. It can't be, because they're playing at 2 different times, in 2 different eras with 2 different sets of players and managers. Rafa Benitez was a pessimistic manager, and Gerrard was surrounded by very average players. Salah is playing under arguably the best manager in world football, around arguably some of the best players in world football right now. So if you swap the 2 around, as much as I love Salah got in 2005 what Gerrard would do in this.
I see your viewpoint. Gerrard's my favorite player, but because if he wins another Premier League and another Champions League, I'm sorry, and he wins another Golden Boot, he's for me clear in terms of achievement and individual rewards as well.
10 seconds.
Fair enough. I'll let you go and then I'll answer the other questions.
Okay.
I big up yourself as always, brother.
Big up
Chainsaw. Big up yourself, bro. Raw, boy.
So the second question, midfielder over a right winger. I will sit here and I've said from the beginning, I said it before it's fashionable. We need a centre midfielder and a right winger. I've said that from probably last summer. Only now people are starting to say we need a right winger as well. I've been saying this since last summer. Shout out to you and Matt. You've seen the WhatsApp messages we've had. Shout out to Chris Brack. Me and him go back and forth with WhatsApp. I've been saying it since last summer. So I'm not just jumping on a bandwagon here. I've been screaming it for a little while. But if I'm going to pick out the 2, I'm going to go for a right winger, because I've seen what happens when Salah gets overplayed. And it's not fair on him and it's not fair on the club. So that's why I say with that. With regards to FSG and Jude Bellingham, 1, I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that Klopp wants him this summer. 2, Borussia Dortmund have a say in this as well. And let's not pretend that Klopp hasn't sat there and had to have been persuaded sometimes to pay a certain fee because he doesn't think going for a certain player or going for a certain fee is good for the rest of the team. Jude Bellingham would come in at 120 million pounds roughly, or maybe euros, so over 100 million pounds. The pressure on a 19-year-old, do you think Klopp wants that? And also, who's to say Klopp does want Bellingham? There is no evidence. It's speculation.
I think he wants Barella, though. I agree that I reckon he wants Barella now and he's been told he's got to wait. I agree on that one.
No, maybe. But again, if he might want Barella, Inter Milan might be saying, well, no, you can't have him. Barella might be saying, I want to stay in Italy.
No,
what
bro,
can FSG do?
77 mil and you can have him.
No. 77 mil is what's being rumoured.
Bro, Inter Milan, a lot of what they say is real because they got financial problems.
They don't have financial problems. They're selling Skriniar to PSG, and I think they've just sold other players as well. They're in a healthy position. They do not need to sell Barella right now.
They would for 77 mil though.
Okay, and going back to FSG again, I'm going to ask if it's FSG's fault and we can't get a centre midfielder. Why haven't we sold Naby, Ox, and why have we extended Milner? There's 3 centre midfielders there who are all seen by Klopp. And again, if we're going to say what we see in here, Klopp out of his own mouth has said on his day, Naby Keita is world-class and unplayable, and you cannot find a more dynamic midfielder in the market than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Bro,
So why is it
we know he doesn't mean that, bro.
Sorry. Why is it we can go off Twitter rumors and say that's fact, but when Klopp says something, we turn around and say he's just covering for man? How does that work?
Because sometimes you got to read between the lines, bro.
Bro, but Twitter rumors are, bro, I could go on Twitter right now and start a rumor. And because we've got an audience, people would latch onto it and be like, yeah, you know what? I think there's some solid truth in that, you know. Cal knows a couple man because their man on Kopish are connected. Bro, I could make up a rumor right now and people would run with it. Right now, bro. Who knew Salah was signing a new contract?
I know what you mean. I think the Bellingham one might actually be a rumor for real. You're right.
Bro, Jeremy Doku. Klopp wanted Jeremy Doku, apparently. Where is he now? Like, I don't get why we can hold on so tight to Twitter rumors, but we just ignore what Klopp actually says and his actions. His actions. Naby was part of his midfield 3. Milner was the first sub he would make in a game.
If you're not wondering why Cal's a little bit rattled, this Gerrard was mentioned, so just know.
No,
if you talk bad about Gerrard, this is what Cal's actually thinking.
Like again, like you. And again, all I will say is a couple of you guys are saying tier 1 journalists and top journalists have been saying this. Where were these tier 1 journalists and top journalists when Salah contracts were signed, but no one knew about it? Where were they? Oh, quiet. It's gone quiet in the chat. Cool. Let's all jump on Twitter and we see the next rumor and we'll believe it then, yeah, guys?
Please, nobody else coming in and cuss Gerrard today, please.
No, again, with the Gerrard, I'm not even going to go back into the Gerrard one because I love Salah.
Let's cheer Cal up now. Let's cheer him up now.
There's levels to this.
Let's cheer up Cal now.
Gerrard, in any era of Liverpool Football Club, goes on and dominates. He dominated in a team that was nowhere near close to dominating.
Yeah. Even though I agree with you, I do get why people would have the argument that Mo Salah is a bigger Liverpool legend with regards to the achievements. I get the logic behind the argument. I do. I don't agree with it, but I get the logic.
What's the logic?
That he was able to achieve things that Gerrard wasn't.
And
being a major part of it.
Okay, so Drift. Let's say, for example, we've got to be at a venue in an hour's time. You get there and I don't. That's what the history records will say. Drifty made it, Callum didn't. But if I told you, Drift, my car broke down halfway and I couldn't get a cab, what am I doing to that conversation? Adding context, right?
Or making an excuse. No, I'm joking.
No, you're right.
I'm joking. It is context. It is context.
But why is it we don't add context to these conversations?
No, that's why when you add the context, Gerrard is the bigger legend at Liverpool.
Oh,
but
right.
I do get why people will look at 5 years of unbelievable consistency for Mo, coupled with every trophy collected and the top goal scorer thing that he probably will break and go, well, surely Salah is Liverpool's best ever Premier League player. I get the logic. I do. I think it's an argument that you can have with enough data for it to not be a silly argument, if that makes
I don't think it's a silly argument, but do you know what? I'm lying. I do think.
I know. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I do.
Let's move on because I don't want Cal to get any more upset than he already is. No one else
Right.
talk about Gerard, please.
John, welcome to the show, bro.
Big up, guys. Big up. How's you?
What's
Not
going
too
on, bro?
bad, bro. How are you?
I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Thanks very much.
We can't see you, John, bro.
Oh, you can't. Camera's not working now?
Nah.
Bastard.
We can hear you though. Go on, bro. We can hear you.
Kyle, I know what you're wearing.
Say again?
Yeah, you just changed fucking tops, you bastard.
I win again, yeah, John.
You fucking cheating cunt.
I win again, yeah.
No, that does not. I've got 5-1 on.
I win again, John. I win again.
I had the black 05 on. I fucking win this one.
Bruv, unquote, this is your favorite kit or one of your favorite kits of all time that I'm wearing, John.
Yes, but this is a Champions League winning kit.
John, I take it, man.
Hold on, you've got the black 0405 kit, did you say, John?
Yeah.
Oh, what, the limited edition one, yeah?
Yes, the blackout one.
Oh, that's a tough one, you know, Cal.
Nah, it's not. Don't get fooled.
No, Cal. The blackout 0405 kit, bro.
Nice,
That's
nice,
a tough.
nice. It's nice.
That's a tough one, bro.
It's nice, but look at the detail, bro. Champagne gold.
All right, Cal, you win it.
Cal came in here like he was Patrick Berger, you know. Yeah.
What you got for
Cal,
us today,
that's a dirty one, but that was cheating. You can't swap shirts halfway through a fucking street. I was like, man, you are fucking kids at half time.
What you got for us, brother?
Cheating bastard. That's just not fucking right. I want VAR on that shit.
Bro, I told you, Kaka Gate, this is Kit Gate, bro.
Fucking ridiculous. I respect it, but it's fucking ridiculous. Bastard. Fucking for the Haji. Right. Now fucking figure out what I'm going to say.
You've thrown John off now, Cal.
Aye. You're talking about Stephen Gerrard. Right, Cal, I'm not going to piss you off, so calm. Relax. You can breathe.
All right.
I think Stephen Gerrard comes in as Liverpool's next manager. With Pep as number 2.
Okay. After Klopp leaves, you mean, yeah?
After Klopp leaves, I think Steve Gerrard comes in. And Pep is number 2. I don't see Pep's already gambled at being number 1. He went to was it Portugal? Holland he went? He went off before to be number 1.
No, I think he went to Holland. I think it was NEC.
Holland. Aye.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And it didn't work. I think he's an actual number 2. I don't see him being number 1.
I agree with that to a degree, yeah.
So I think Steve Gerrard comes in, Pat's number 2. And also, in terms of the debate with Gerrard and Salah and everything else, I can get the guy's point of view with trophy-wise, but it's Steven Gerrard. No one is going to compare to Steven Gerrard, ever. He's the best player we've ever had. He pulled us through a Champions League final in 2005. Well, let's face it, a pretty shit average team. We wouldn't have won that by Steven Gerrard.
Facts, 100%. And Carragher, but more Gerrard, yeah.
FA Cup final, Steven Gerrard again, steps up, wins the game. No one can argue with Steven Gerrard, but there is an argument. Is Jordan Henderson a better captain than Steven Gerrard?
It's definitely a conversation.
It's a hard one for me even to swallow because I love Gerrard so much.
We're starting to upset him again, John. We're starting to upset him again.
It is an argument.
15 seconds, Joe. 15 seconds. Cal's getting upset.
Hendo has won every single trophy. 2-man as captain of the football club. Who else has done that? But Cal, it's all love, even though you're a cheating bastard. It's all
Big
love.
up, bro.
Always a
Big
pleasure,
up, bro.
brother.
Fucking
Big
bastard. There needs to be a rule. No, hold on. There needs to be a rule. You cannot do that halfway through a stream.
John,
Hate your tap, put a hoodie over tap it, and then take the hoodie off. You cannot change halfway through a stream.
I was a bit hot in the conservatory and I was getting a bit clammy, John, so I just changed.
Aye. Bullshit.
My name's Saul. It's up to y'all.
But no,
John,
big
up, bro. Big up, bro.
Brother.
As always, respect, guys.
Love, bro. Big up, bro. Big up.
Cheers, man.
Take care. I think Pep. I think Pep Linders will be the next manager for Liverpool.
I don't think it will be Gerrard. I don't know who it will be though.
I don't think Gerrard will be next, but I think Pep will be next. I think Gerrard will be a manager for Liverpool one day though.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go. It's Guardiola. We move.
It won't be Guardiola. In regards to is Henderson a better captain than Gerrard? Again, my answer is no. But I know I'm going to get shot down and say, oh, you don't rate Henderson and you think Henderson's crap. I genuinely, at this point, I couldn't give a toss. Like anything I say at the moment, which is an opposite to what anyone else thinks, I seem to be getting targeted and called negative. So I rate Henderson as a captain. I think he's currently the best captain in the world. But I think Gerrard was a better captain. But
let's move on. Let's move on.
Especially to Andy and Abdi, I genuinely couldn't give a toss about your opinions this evening.
We've got let's move on. Cal's starting to use profanities and all sorts.
Yeah, no, no
one mention Gerrard anymore, please. No more Gerrard.
Bring out Dark Cal today. I've been nice to everyone. And two people in the chat are starting to rile me up, so I'm gonna start giving the same energy back to those muppets.
Come them big in your mama. You suck your mama. I'm ready for run down your blood clot and gunshot you in this.
Welcome to the show, fam.
I don't want to laugh too hard, guys. Trust me, man. I can hear my voice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the next caller in. Welcome to Jam Rock. You're on mute, bro.
You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad.
There he is.
What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. How you guys doing?
Not
good, man. Good.
Under the weather, but getting there still.
Okay. Hey, Callie, that gentleman that called, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 calls ago, when you were saying, like, how can we believe stuff that's on Twitter but don't believe what's coming out of Klopp's mouth? It's called confirmation bias, man. There's a lot of that goes on about here. It's all good, though. You said you were going to explain to me in regards to those minutes. So,
yeah. All right.
I have my stats here in front of me, so facts we're dealing with. Yeah.
I can't deal with facts because obviously I'm speaking. So obviously you drifting straight away. But I'm gonna lean into it.
Don't lean too hard, you might fall.
Here's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
In the same way we didn't see much rotation with centre backs, etc. in the past, I feel as though if Klopp were to get someone in who he feels that if Salah's not playing could come in and do a very good job there, or if Salah were to get injured and could do a very good job there, I think we'd see more rotation with Salah. I think last season will be and should have been an eye-opener to the situation that Salah was overplayed massively and it became a detriment not just to him but to Liverpool Football Club. Therefore, if we bring in someone, and again, the reason why I say a Diaby or a Neto or even a Gnabry is because, as Drift alluded to, they can play on both sides. So with those players, they're not just limited to playing on Mo's side. So if, let's say, I'll go with Neto as an example. Neto, as an example, can play on the left-hand side. So if Diaz needs a rest, then Neto can play on the left-hand side. And yes, we might slightly change, but we don't lose much from him playing on the left-hand side. So with someone coming in like that, I believe it gives us more scope and also adds another body in midfield, because it means there's less reliance on Carvalho or Elliott playing on the wings, because you have someone else who can do it and they'll do it more effectively. What are we saying?
And this is while keeping Roberto Firmino, right?
We're not going to speak about Bobby, surely.
No, I'm asking if this includes keeping Bobby Firmino.
1 minute 35 says, I don't think we've got enough time to have that Bobby conversation.
No, it's a yes or no.
Can we not upset Cal anymore?
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no.
Yeah, I'm keeping Bobby because I'm getting rid of a centre midfielder.
Okay, so what I'm going to say to you is this in regards to like top players. Just going through all of the top players over the last 2 to 3 years, what's considered top players. On average, they play 43.48 games a season.
Yeah.
Why would Salah be any different? Salah played 45 last year, played 44 the year before. I forgot what he played the year before that. I'll have to look it up. Why would it be any different for him versus other teams that have top players? That's what top players play. They play 43 to 45 games a season.
Very true. I think
the reason why I give you that 50 to 55 is that's just on a where am I at on time, Drifty?
53 to
okay, we good.
The
reason why I give you that 50 to 55 is I'm saying, okay, we know 38 Premier League games is guaranteed. And then I took it to the quarterfinals of all the cup games. Now, if we get back to 63 games, we have a conversation, but that's not a guarantee. So I said, at minimum, we should make the quarterfinals of all domestic games. That's why I give it the 50 to 55. So I'm saying to myself, who in their right mind is going to come here and play 10 to 12 games? Not that many, if at all. Now, if you have a talented academy player like how when Phil Foden was coming through, yes, because they'll just be excited in being the first team and actually getting game time, which is why Cole Palmer is going to get more game time this season for Man City. That's the reason why I said that. Peace out, fellas. I heard the beep.
Big up, bro. Big up.
All right,
Big up,
John.
Big up.
To answer Jamrock then.
You can chop it up.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. We'll chop that up now, bro. We'll chop that up
bless.
now. Bless, bro.
All right. So where I think it's different now is we've seen that the game is more vigorous and rigorous and plays more of a toll on these players. Also, the 5 substitution rule as well. I think that will make a big difference. So I think gone are the days where we just look at games played. I think now we have to break it down to minutes. Because Salah might start a game, but let's say, for example, we're 3-0 up, 30 minutes to go, Salah can get hooked and we can bring on that winger who will then get minutes and get a time to stamp their authority on a game or position potentially. So that's what I'd go with.
Not to talk about it for too long. There's something to cheer you up, by the way, Cal. Not to talk about it for too long. And I know people are going to say that this could mess up harmony, which it could. I'm of the kind of belief, screw your feelings. Once you're in here and you're part of the team, you'll realize it's not that big of a deal. I say tell the player he'll play more. And then when he gets here, it is what it is. Don't tell Gnabry he's only going to play 10 games. We won't sign anybody if we do that. You know what I mean? Let's be real, guys. We won't sign anybody if we tell him that. But let him believe he's going to play more than that. And then if he doesn't, he doesn't. That's football.
You know what? You could arguably say that happened with
Jota.
With Minamino. Minamino.
Yeah, that's a bad
You could
example.
arguably say that. No. Reason being, Minamino was probably told, you'll get some minutes. We're not going to tell you how much, but I reckon Liverpool had in their mind how much minutes they were going to always give him. And hence why he's out the door. He wanted more than what they were offering. I think Jota's different. I think Jota was told, like, there's no limitation, on your limits, so to speak. If you play well, you can do your thing. I don't think it was like that with Minamino. So I kind of understand what you're saying. Like, you have to be careful what you tell players, innit? Because you got to hold up your end of the bargain. But I reckon we're kind of vague, or we have to be. Because like Drew said, if we're too vague and we tell people, like, you're going to be the right-hand side so-called backup for Salah, no one's going to want that. So you have to say...
How many minutes am I going to play, Klopp? Yeah, I heard you got a second kid on the way. Congratulations. Just swerve it, bro. Just swerve it, bro.
Swerving. But it's mad because Jota, I don't know what Jota was told before he, obviously signed for Liverpool, and then you look at it down the line, he took Firmino's spot, innit? He actually did. Jota was the first person to ruffle the feathers in the front three. No one's been able to do that since, like, he was the first person. So yeah, it's kind of mad. But I think Jota was a different story. I think Liverpool just said, let's just see what he can do. I don't know if they thought that he would naturally replace Firmino. I think they just thought we got a striker or a great player on our hands. Like, let's see what happens, innit? And then, we see what happens. But I think a lot of that is also down to Firmino's injuries as well, I think, personally. I know he may not be the same Firmino like we always bring up from the 17-18 season, but I think injuries have played a part as well, so.
Fair enough. All right, let's get our next caller in. Annie up the Reds. How you doing, bro?
Hello, boys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
It's right, man. It's first time on. I'm really excited. Bit nervous, but I'm really excited.
No need to be nervous, bro. You're family here, bro. Apart from Abdi and Andy, but go on, bro.
Okay, I've got a few questions. I've actually got them written down here. First one: what's your favourite goal that's ever been scored against us? Mine is the Crespo goal that scored against us in the Champions League final. Kaka through ball and chip. Oh,
that was naughty. That was disgusting.
Second question: if the Barca version of R9 came in this summer instead of Darwin Núñez, hypothetically, how many goals does he get next season? And does he break Mo's record?
The Barca R9.
The greatest footballer. That's the greatest footballer that ever lived.
47 goals, 47 goals in 49 games at 21 years old.
Yeah.
What does he do for us? Also, one other question, actually two other questions. What's the best midfield three combo? Alonso, Gerrard, Mascherano, or Fabinho, Thiago, and De Bruyne? Yeah, that's got you thinking, that one, man.
Hey, Danny.
Go there.
Big question. Yeah.
One last one, non-football question. Who has the bigger and better legacy and why? Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson?
Oh.
Are you okay, Nebby? I had to throw that one in there. I'm a big MJ fan. I love Elvis, but I'm a big MJ fan, man.
That's some great questions,
big
Danny.
up yourself, bro.
That's how you make a debut. Big up yourself, bro.
No, I'll try and get on more often, man. I've been watching.
Yeah, no, please do, bro. Please do, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, brilliant, man.
Okay,
we chopped
chop
that
it
out
up,
now,
boys.
then, bro.
Yeah.
Big up, man. Bless, bro.
Cheers, boys. See you again,
Nice
man.
one, bro.
Take care, bro.
Big up, bro. Big up. All right, let's get the easy one out of the way because I think we're all going to say MJ.
Goals.
R9, I think, scores 67.
Okay. Look,
in the league.
Barcelona R9, in my opinion, all bias involved. I don't care if I've got an agenda. It's the best individual season of all time, in my opinion. If everyone wants to have theirs, that's fine. R9 Barcelona was the best individual season I've ever seen in my life. It was out of this world. Out of this world. If we sign that R9, I think the quad would be easy, if I'm being honest with you. Diaz, R9, and Salah. Oh my days! I think it'll be easy to win the quadruple.
R9 can score 47 and 49 at Barca. The way how we play football, in my opinion, he gets 65 plus in all comps. I think he gets close to that Messi, where Messi got like 73. If not, he might even beat that. I'm being dead serious, especially if he's fit. My man didn't say nothing about injuries either. So we're talking he's fit every game. So he'll play every game.
The Barcelona one.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah, Barcelona R9.
Yeah.
The 21-year-old phenom.
I'm saying now between 65 and 70 in all competitions. And I'm not joking.
Oh, in all competitions?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at Barca, that was all comps. Yeah, that wasn't in the league.
Yeah, you're right. A 60 minimum.
Here's how, I know it's going to sound like we're,
by the way.
I know it's going to sound like we're exaggerating, but Ronaldo was going up against like what I would consider proper defenders, because that was the era where defending was an art form and there was just loads of brilliant defenders everywhere. If you look at the level of defenders now and how much weaker it is in comparison, what R9 could do to players that are of that level, do you know what he will be doing to people like Dan Burn and them, man? Like, just think about it. Like, Colin Hendry is actually a bit of a legend. And Colin Hendry had to turn around and say to man, hey, yo, help you, man. Like, how can you not be leaving me in a one-on-one? Do you not remember that? Brazil-Scotland. He actually turned around. Big bad Hendry, actually had to turn around and
Colin
shout
Hendry,
at everybody and say, somebody help me. How can you not believe in me on a one-on-one with this brother? What am I supposed to do in a one-on-one with this? And Colin Hendry is way better than most of the defenders that we watch in the Premier League nowadays. Bruv, it would be murder every week. It would be murder every week. I reckon he'd get easy 45 in the league, over 60 in all comps. Matt's right. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
He does what Messi did in that season where Messi got 70 something. I think Ronaldo... Bro, it's crazy.
Easy. Being backed up by Diaz and Mo. Easy. 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 Right. With Thiago through balls. Easy.
Bro, it's mad.
And Trent deliveries.
And Robbo.
Easy.
Throw Allison in there as well.
And Matip Maisie runs.
Bro,
and
Allison... It's crazy.
Oh, come on, it'd be a joke.
It's actually crazy.
All right, midfield 3. Flacco, Thiago and De Bruyne, or Alonso, Mash, and Gerrard?
I've never said anything in my life so hurtful as to not include a midfield that has Gerrard. Flacco, Thiago, and De Bruyne is a better midfield.
I think you're not deep in it. Let me ask you this: who's a better DM, Mascherano or Fabinho?
I think it's a coin toss. I think
Fabinho, Mascherano, I think is a better destroyer. I just think Fabinho may be a better footballer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, right. If we go to the next one, Alonso versus Thiago, I'm gonna be real. I love Thiago. I think Thiago's world class, but Xabi Alonso for me is the ultimate controller. Like, he's the ultimate controller. I think Thiago's got more sauce with it. But if we're talking dictating a game, fully dictating, and just to put it like this as well, we can all, I know people will say, but don't forget about is it Kimmich and Thiago together, the double pivot, or Goretzka and my man. Mascherano and Alonso was scary. That base was scary. The base was so scary that Rafa Benitez said, I can actually allow Gerrard to come out of the engine room and go and play up top. I can't lie to you. That's a myth. Steven Gerrard versus KDB. I think KDB is an all-world.
You don't need to explain that one.
No.
Yeah, you don't need to explain.
No, because the way you lot are talking, you man are looking like you're siding to the other side. I just wanted to break it down, and I might not change your mind. I'm just giving you. Steven Gerrard can do things that no other midfielder can do. What's so mad is some people could arguably say KDB is just as talented as Steven Gerrard. But do you know what separates them, bro? It's the mentality, bro. Steven Gerrard has that will to win. Do you think Kevin De Bruyne could do what Gerrard done for us in 2005 and just
No, but
galvanized the team.
you don't need to explain that one. That one doesn't need an explanation.
Bro,
but
Gerrard was up
I
against
disagree on
some of the best
Alonso
midfielders that have ever played the game. Clarence Seedorf, who's actually probably a super soldier and should be tested. Kaka, oh my days. Gattuso, the original destroyer, alongside Makelele and Gerard Bosta. I'm sorry, guys. I love that other midfield. It's probably got more sauce to it. But if we had to go into a final, I think that's the best way to do it. I'm choosing the Gerrard team. Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano.
You've done a lot to maybe convince me to jump back.
If you man want to go the other side, that's up to you, man. I'm just saying.
I disagree. I think that I know we if we're playing fantasy here, then we have to kind of be a little bit fair and say, all right, this is an uninjured Thiago, like fully fit and just playing, not the guy who unfortunately has had a lot of injuries. I think Thiago's better than Alonso. He is. I'm not saying it's miles apart, but I disagree.
You think Thiago's better than Alonso?
Yeah, I think Thiago can dictate a game better than Alonso, and I think he's got a little bit more bite about him, which means that he can be a little bit all actiony as well. Like, don't get me wrong, the elegance of Alonso was something else. I love Alonso, but Alonso didn't have that little bit of doggedness that Thiago does to be able to get stuck.
No,
in
but Thiago
is
is more.
but
I think Thiago is more athletic. So he
is. But he can do
athletic.
all the stuff Alonso could do as well, though, bro. He can do. He's got the passing range and all that other stuff. There isn't a pass Alonso can play. Thiago can't.
No. See, do you know what I would say though? Even though I think Thiago, here's the thing. I think Alonso, if he said, all right, get the ball to that same spot 10 times, I think Alonso beats Thiago by half a mark.
No. I think that's Thiago.
Bro, Steven Gerrard admitted to himself, like, bro, Alonso's the best passer he's ever seen.
Yeah, but he never played with Thiago, though, did he?
I hear that, but bro, I'm gonna be honest. Thiago is an amazing passer, but I think what it is, it's the way how he passes as well that we kind of fall in love with, because he does it with swagger and sauce. Don't get me wrong, bro. Thiago's one of the best passers of the ball, like, to play the game. But I just think with Alonso, in my opinion, bro, when was the last time, like, Alonso don't misplace passes, like, ever? Obviously he does, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. It is tough. And to be fair, if I'm being genuinely honest, I don't think there's a loser in that conversation, because I think both sets of players are crazy. So yeah.
Just swap De Bruyne and Gerrard.
Can I just sit on the fence in this one then?
No, you can't.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna.
Are you not real? So hold on. You man both.
No, it's your fault, man. It's your fault, man. You convinced me to get back on. Like, you convinced me to get back on the fence, bro. It's you that did it, bro.
All right. Jeez.
I sit uncomfortable for a day, innit?
All right. Fair enough. But no, it's mad. It's mad.
Bigger
What's next question, sorry, Cal? Yeah.
Bigger legacy, MJ or Elvis? For me, it's MJ.
For me, it's MJ. Although I'm not underestimating Elvis.
I'm not. But I saw gangsters go to MJ's concert and faint.
Yeah. No. Do you know what? Let's be real. There will never be a bigger superstar ever than Michael Jackson. I think I can safely say that.
We used to see Imagine now, guys. We went to a concert and there's a couple roadmen in the line and they're doing what they're doing, and we get into the concert and they faint because they're overawed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there will never be a bigger superstar than Michael Jackson.
Sorry, someone just said something, and this is actually a good thing that someone says. So Stephen O'Connor, sorry, just quickly, he goes, Alonso was more keep it simple than hit a 30-yard pass, capable of being clever, but Thiago finds spaces between the lines, better in my opinion.
Sorry. Alonso was hitting 30 yarders for fun.
Bro, no, but you see, breaking the lines, you are sleeping if you did. And Stephen, this ain't me having a go, by the way, but in my personal opinion, bro, Alonso used to break lines with his passes all the damn time. I'm telling you, bro. It's what it is that because we're seeing Thiago now, it's hard to kind of remember, so to speak, what Alonso did. It is kind of hard. It is, because you're thinking everything is recent. When you go back and watch what Alonso did in that Benitez team, bro, he was one of the main reasons why we broke down the attacks, guys. Alonso was the brain. He was the one that was able to see the pass before the pass. Like, Alonso's passing was not. It's like Thiago, but what it is, Thiago does it with more swagger. But that doesn't make it better, in my opinion. And if you're asking about who dictated it, but you're forgetting what Alonso even did at Bayern and Real Madrid. But Alonso done it everywhere. He's done it in three leagues.
We're on the fence again, Matt.
He's done it in 3 leagues.
We're on the fence.
But again, we move. I don't want to take up time.
What was the other one?
What was the last
Cal?
question, Cal? Sorry,
That was the last question.
But big at yourself, Stephen. It's just a
no.
debate,
There was one before that one. I'm sure there was before the midfield one and the Michael Jackson one. There was another question.
They're just right. There was
the R9 one.
Oh yes.
We did the
R9. Yeah. It was. Yeah, some great questions.
Let's get the next caller in.
The time ready.
Can you guys hear me?
You can hear you, bro.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, it's been a while, bro.
Yeah. What's happening, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, since the Champions League final, it's my first time. But
we understand.
First of all, happy birthday, Drifty. And
thanks,
hope you had a great one. And Cal, I'm with you.
Come on,
no one's touching him tonight.
And these man was sitting on the fence talking about KDB and Thiago. Listen,
thank you, Naru.
And big up the little one as well. So
we're in trouble.
Obviously, Liverpool, our first preseason game is on the 12th here in Thailand, Bangkok. So I'm going to the game.
Sick.
I just want to give some inside information from like my side, from what I know, and the perspective of the Thai fans here. This is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah. So let me pause the time, sir, bro. So I lost all composure.
No worries.
You don't. This boy don't respect me. Stevie has respect for me. Robbie doesn't have any. He doesn't have any.
Oh man, yeah, no, sorry, bro. Go on, continue, sorry, bro.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but I bought the tickets for 15,000 Thai baht, so that's almost 350 British pounds
for the
game. So the tickets are really mad, and the United fans are actually fuming because the news came out last night that Ronaldo ain't coming to Thailand. So they're all asking for refunds right now.
That's mad.
But yeah, I just want to talk about the tickets. Yeah, so I've been to Liverpool twice, once for a game and once for the tour, Anfield tour. So you guys have a little souvenir right here, the ticket from 2018. You guys remember the game against Bournemouth where our front three all scored? Salah, Mane, and Bobby.
Yes.
Salah with the header. Yeah. So it says here 55 British pounds. Yeah, but I remember paying almost.
Oh
no. Oh, he's back.
Wow, Steve, little man is on
man,
Steve just deleting man out the thing, man.
Man's like, it's my show.
No, sorry, bro. Go continue.
You guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah. We can hear you.
So I remember paying for this ticket for the Bournemouth game for almost 10,000 Thai baht. So that's around like almost like 230 British pounds. Which is insane. But I remember that night in Liverpool, there were many events going on. There was like a wedding, and even the hotels were quite pricey that night when I went with my family. So yeah, just to let you guys know, the ticket that I bought for this coming game on Tuesday, it's 15,000 Thai baht, which is 350 British pounds sterling. So I think that's crazy. I think you can get proper seats if you go to Anfield, right? With that amount of money, you can get like good seats there in UK.
You can get hospitality for that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit insane, but I'm looking forward to seeing the players. I don't know who all are gonna come, like Salah, Trent, all these guys are back in training. So I'm gonna ask you guys, who are your top 3 players you're looking forward to this preseason? Mine's basically Harvey Elliott, because I want to see how he is now when he's overcome his injury, and I think he'll be an important player for us this season. Obviously, the new signings, Fabio Carvalho and Nunes and Ramsey as well. But top 3 would be Elliott, Carvalho, and Nunes. So for you guys, which 3 players are you guys most looking forward to watch? And yeah, I had a plan to actually make Mo sign the contract, but obviously that's done last week. I was going to find a way to tell FSG or Julian Ward to email me his contract and be like, Mo, give me your autograph, and without him looking, he signs the thing. But yeah, I was going to call in last Friday, but when I heard the news, I was having a celebration. So I got back quite late. And as you know, it's 3 a.m. here in Bangkok right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy overall. That's it for today, I guess. And yeah, if there's any images or footage I can get of the Liverpool players here in Bangkok at the hotel, I'll definitely email it to you guys.
Oh,
If
bless
that's
you,
cool.
man.
No, I appreciate that,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Appreciate
that'll
that,
be
man.
cool, man. Definitely,
Appreciate that.
bro.
Yeah, but that's it for today. What
Yeah, man, we'll
three
chop
players
that out
Sorry,
now, bro.
looking forward
just
to.
before you go, you see the 350? Is that standard ticket prices?
No. I think that the cheapest they were selling for was for like 5,000 and 5,000 Thai baht.
Yeah.
So and the standard is around 5,000 to 7,000 the standard price. But I think I'm not sure how much is that in British pounds. Ali calculated for here are my notes.
That's still mad.
15,000 it's 350. So it's not the standard price, but I think it's this high because it's the first time it's a Red War Liverpool versus United here in Thailand, first time in history. And here the fan base, it's mainly just Liverpool and United. So yeah, and obviously I heard in other streams, I'm not gonna mention which channel, but they're saying like, oh, it's preseason, it's not gonna be friendly yet, but they bet like the fans here would just sit together. But no, it's actually different zones, and there's been stories in the past when it's a Liverpool versus United game. I went to watch outside. They made like a huge event with a big projector screen. Fans actually had an argument, and it all got physical and violent. So I'm telling you, everyone that's watching, like the fans here, Liverpool United, it's a big deal. So this Tuesday, I don't know. I hope everything goes well and I'm safe.
Indeed, just be safe, bro. Just be safe.
yeah,
be
for
safe,
real.
man. Be safe.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I am looking forward to the game. And
Yeah.
I want a score prediction. I know we don't know who's gonna play. It's gonna be kids. I reckon it's gonna be another 5-0. You know, 10 Hag's debut. 5-0 to us.
Do you know
4-1 to us.
I say
a random score prediction.
3-1. 3-1 Liverpool. It doesn't even matter who plays.
I'll go 2-0. I'll go
4-1. 4-1.
Yeah, I'm just saying 5-0 just for the vibes, but
3-1.
yeah, big up to
Yeah,
you
no,
guys
bless,
each and
man.
every time.
Big up, bro. Love, bro. We'll chop that up now, man.
Appreciate
We'll see you
that,
next week, bro. Big up, bro.
Appreciate it, guys. Peace.
Big up. Yeah. To answer the question, I'm gonna jump out after this one as well. Make sure to smash the like button, guys. Make sure you get that done. Yeah, the question was about the ticket prices, right?
No, the 3 players you're most looking forward to seeing.
3 players.
Oh yeah. He actually named my players. Actually, I'd maybe swap Elliot for Mo. Now he's got the contract done and his head is clear. Coming off the back of what was a poor end to the season by his standards, I'm excited to see what Mo turns up now and just starts to rip up the league again for us this year. So I'll go Carvalho, Nunes, and Mo are the 3 that I'm looking forward. Actually, no, and Diaz, because it's going to be his first season with the preseason. He's new, he's settled now. I'm excited. I'm going to go 4. I'm going to cheat slightly. I'm going to go Mo, Diaz, Nunes, Carvalho.
Okay, for me, I'm going Nunes, Carvalho, and Diaz. More so Diaz out of anybody, because I need him to be devastated now. It's not just about flicks and tricks and great dribbles and no-look passing and no-look shooting. I need goals. I need productivity. And I think this is the season for me where I think he should take his game to a new level. And I generally think he will. I think the acclimatization that he's had now should allow him to play that little bit more focused, so to speak. I think when he joined so quickly. It was so seamless. It was vibes. Now it's like, I need you to add devastation, because you've got everything that you need to be a top class player. Now you just need to put it together as a package, and you could now become one of the best players in the Premier League. So let's see what happens.
For me, it's Calvin Ramsey, Carvalho, and a wild one here. Ox.
Okay.
Calvin Ramsey. I genuinely want to see what he's like.
He's like. I hear you. I hear you on that.
Carvalho, I'm interested to see where we play him and how he plays in our system.
Yeah.
And for Ox, I genuinely want to see whether he's actually going to play as though he has a future at the club or not.
Curiosity
in
killed the cat.
in that regard. Okay. I hear you.
You know that, right?
I know.
Yeah, curiosity killed the cat, bro. So.
But I'm Jordan. I'm always curious, bro. So
no, I do get where you're coming from, and you make a good point. It's very interesting. Jones, Naby, and Ox, if they are going to stay and we're not going to buy a midfielder, then man, they better pull their finger out their ass and really have a good season. Like seriously, it's not a joke anymore. Like, it's not.
The thing is, if I'm being honest, and I'm not even making excuses, yeah. But I think unless we win a trophy, unless we win a trophy, at least just one, I think no matter what them man do, I think the fan base will be mad. And it's almost like because we didn't get a midfielder, the fan base are going to be like saying, well, you should be that guy. And they should be. But at the same time, this is where I kind of understand when we say things like, did Klopp really understand the assignment because you saw what happened last season? So what do you think is going to change this season? Are these men suddenly just going to become world beaters and just start break? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yeah, they need to understand, but at the same time, we know who they are already. Do you get? Unless someone has an anomaly season, that's the bit where I'm like, we have to keep it real. We need a midfielder. We can't rely on these two to take us to the new level. They you know what I mean? We needed that midfielder. So I think they can do the best that they can. And I think as long as they are good, we should support them. Do you know what I mean? I think because what I can see happening is, say we don't win something or something like that, and they were okay, people be like, oh, see, I told you, man. We kept told these man and all them things. That's where it gets a bit techie. So you got to look at it from both ways.
Yeah, but boys, big up. I'm going to jump out. Apologies, I can't stay to the end. Everyone in the chat, big up yourselves. All the callers, 12th man, big up yourself, bro. Apologies, I can't be here. And yeah, smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. And yeah, Monday, right? Next time we'll see the people be on Monday, right? Although we should have a members video coming over the weekend. I've got a little, my midfielder watch. It's been 2 weeks. So I got my midfielder watch video coming out over the weekend. So yeah. But now, bless up, boys. And I'll catch you lot on the other side, man. Big up, big up.
Right, so.
Sorry, let's go our last caller.
Yeah, let's go our last caller in. Liverpool 12th man.
Man like Ghost. They say this is a big, rich town.
It is. It is. It's hard, too. It's hard.
How you doing, bro?
Good, good. I worked last night, so you know how that goes.
I hear that, bro. I hear that.
Yo, so I know we can't talk about Gerrard, but that was my question. That sucks. But I'll hold that to the end. You brought up Bobby being out for 23 games last season, and one thing I noted was Thiago's a year older, and he was out for 22 last season. But yet you didn't bring that up. So I'm kind of like confused. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hear people going, oh, well, we got to worry about Thiago and what he's going to do, everything. You know, he had just as many injuries, if not more than Bobby.
That's true.
I mean, like,
that's true.
I'm hoping for the best. I don't want him to see it get hit at all with the injury bug, but, you know, it's just keeping it a buck. I mean, I hear people more like up and hopeful for like Christian Eriksen coming out this year. And I mean, we all know what happened with him with his, with his horrific injury, or not injury, but circumstances. So, I mean,
circumstances.
Like, those things are troubling. But I think Ox needs a season. This is his season to shine. Like, as in, we gotta face it. Like, if he wants anything to do with any club, much less LFC, this is his season to prove. And I know that, like, here in America, we call it contract years. You know, that's usually when you'll see a player perform his best, because he knows if he doesn't perform, he's not getting another contract, much less a raise or anything like that on his contract. So I mean, like, this is going to be Ox's year to shine. I think you're really going to see it. But I think, mark my words, 4-3-3 is our staple. We're going to come out with that 4-2-3-1 and that 4-2-4. Salah played it in Roma, you know, with a target man, basically, you know. And now that we have a target man, that's going to be a difference maker. But this is my questions because I know how much time I have left.
Yeah.
So recently I was watching James Lawrence Alcott. I know you're getting ready for it, and it was with Lawrence. Lawrence was on there too, and he picked Henderson in his ultimate 11 over Gerard. Okay, this is Lawrence McKenna I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he picked him as his captain too, which was pretty surprising. I'm one of the biggest Steven Gerrard fans ever, so it's hard to even utter that out. But I mean, the way he voiced it and the points he brought up, he has some. I mean, for talent wise, I get it. You gotta say Gerrard, but for accolades, I mean, Hendo's got something to bring to the table, and that's why, like, it got me thinking. If you could do a Liverpool Ultimate 11, let's do Premier League, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But with one exception, you can take one position and you can substitute any player as a dream transfer, okay? And then, I figured that way you can relate it to Premier. Then I'm talking about Premier era, because like that way you can, a lot of people can still be able to keep what it is. It sucks that I wanted to wish a belated happy birthday to Drifty if he can still hear me. But happy birthday, VVD, and that's about it. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to see what you can do a collective if you want as well.
I want to ask you a question. Who do you have higher, Gerald or Hendo?
Oh, I have Steven. Yeah.
Okay, we're good then. Yeah, there's no worries there.
It's hard. I mean, he said it, and I was like, oh man, it hurt. Like it was like heartburn, like it's just like,
do you know what? Liverpool 12th man, yeah. Can I be cheeky? I feel like what you said there I feel like we should like chop it up as a video. Like you know how we do our drafts and stuff. I feel like we should like come together and do, like you said, like a Premier League Liverpool Dream 11. And if you had that dream transfer, who would it be? So I'm gonna I hope you don't mind, but we're gonna do that as a separate video. Do you have is there anything else you want to ask us though? Because I want to do that as a video. I think that would be amazing, personally.
Yeah. I when he said that, because he put in Henry as on his ultimate 11, but that was because he's picking players from all throughout the Premier League and everything.
Okay, I'll go.
But I would love to do this dream transfer. I thought it would be kind of a cool concept to But no, I mean, like, other than we got, I was going to say, keep an eye. We got another Trent. I'm just reading about this other Trent that's on our youth squad. I don't know if you've heard of him. Trent Cone-Darty. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I have, but I don't know where he plays. If I'm being honest, though, I don't know his position.
He's a forward. He's
he's a forward.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's supposedly the truth. Like, as it's got me really, really interested to see more footage on him. And apparently, I mean, he's only like, I think, 16, 17 years old or something like now. But still, I think you're going to see Gordon. I think you're going to see Elliott. I think you're going to see them, and Ox are going to play that right wing platoon when we can pry Salah off the field, because I mean, Salah doesn't want to ever come off the field, even when he's playing as many games as he was. And this year he's not going to have AFCON, he's not going to have World Cup. So I mean, as much as we're worried about him playing a lot of matches and games, I mean, it's not going to be the load that he had last year. So we can't really compare it to last year's load that he had, I think, personally. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see that. Like, as apparently this Trent kid is the truth. And
yeah, I've been hearing that as well.
And I'm like excited to see that.
You never know, we might see him a little bit in preseason, maybe, or is he a bit too young for preseason? Do you think?
Training with the first team squad.
Oh, training with the first team.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I need to get my daily dose of inside training. I haven't seen like the latest one, so I haven't.
You haven't seen what Matt did recently.
Oh no, I saw that, but that's because they put that on Twitter. They put that on Twitter, I think. But I haven't seen, like, I have to admit, I haven't, since Liverpool come back into training since Monday, I haven't seen any of the videos, so I need to catch up still. And I know Nunes and them guys are back this week, I believe. Like, they're back this week. Like, I just want to see, like, I want to see what everyone's about. But do you know what? I will say this though, before you go Liverpool top man. I genuinely feel like, I don't know what it is, I think Fabio Carvalho could be the signing for our season,
Oh, absolutely.
I know that because here's the thing: it's easy to kind of say Nunes, he's the high-profile striker, really and truly the way we play, he should bang in goals, and I think he will. But I'm wondering whether Carvalho can be that difference maker. And I don't even want to do the lazy comparison with Coutinho. I just think he's got something about him. Okay, I'll take it back. He has that X factor from being that forward / midfielder, and that's what we kind of got with Phil. So I'm gonna be like everyone else and do that lazy comparison. I'll take it back, but I think he could be something to watch out for this season. Like genuinely.
Absolutely. I think often underrated. I mean, Portuguese players are underrated, I believe, and I think Portuguese league is underrated, to be honest with you. I mean, it's obvious that LFC sees some true diamonds in the rough in that league. So that's the reason why they're plucking from there or looking to pick from those things, from those types of players, either playing with the Portuguese national team or playing in the Portuguese league in general. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I think that I think personally we've had the best signing or transfer signings for the entire year, if you collectively put it as a year. And I mean, like, as in to say, from the mid-season acquisition, as in bringing in Diaz was possibly the best acquisition of the mid-season, and then or January session, and then to pick up, like you said, Fabio, and then now Nunez. I think that we've done some work. I mean, so I that's what it is. I didn't have really much other than kind of when you said the whole I know it's your boy and my boy too when you talk about Bobby, but when you said that 23 games and you're like come on, Thiago.
I tell you what it is, when I speak about Bobby, I have to take emotion out of it, or else I'm going to come across too biased.
Oh, absolutely, we all do. We all got
very
little.
hard for me. For me to be objective about Bobby is very difficult.
No, I hear that, bro. But I would. But you see, here's the thing. Like, but you at some point you should be able to do that, and I think everyone's right in doing that because you have to be subjective. You can't just be because you really like the player. You know you don't bring up the faults. It's the same thing with Naby Keita. Listen, I said this already. If we would have signed Tchouaméni and Naby Keita was sold, I would have fully understand it. Like I would have got it. I would have been like disappointed that he didn't stay, but I would have understood. He's been with Liverpool for 5 years. Exactly. And he was brought in as a marquee player to help take us to the next level. Unfortunately, injuries, lack of form have dealt him a bad hand. However, what he is right now is he's a good squad rotational player. The problem is that for us, we want more because we are up against the Man City where we need that decisive midfielder that can do it week in, week out and just cause devastation. And unfortunately, that's not him.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, I'm willing to wait for Jude, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm willing to.
I think we are getting Jude. I think we are.
There's a chance we get him this summer, I think, too. There is now a little bit gaining momentum, but I don't know. That's a lot of P's to be dropping. It's a lot of P's. But so you gotta tell me when you do that
video, 100%, bro. We'll let you know, 100%. You know already.
With the dream transfer, I would love to be part of that. That sounds like fun.
Definitely, bro. We will, 100%.
All right, y'all. That's all I have to say. All right.
Nah, cool, bro.
As always,
man. Love as always, brother. Take care, man.
Sure, be easy.
Take care, bro. Right. Let me read out the supers before we go. So, James Lambo Schmidt says people act like players are 2D and incapable of improving. Therefore, new signings are only the way to improve the team. For we know, Elliot, Carvalho, Jones, or Diaz even more so explode this season. That's a very good point, bro. 100%. I fully agree with that. Clay says, how about Hansi Flick? I don't know what that's regarding to.
That's basically we're having a conversation on who could replace Klopp.
Okay.
I reckon it would Pep Linders. As things stand, I reckon Pep Linders is next in line. I don't think Hansi Flick would go for him.
Interesting. I think Flick is a good manager. But as things stand, I agree with you. I think Pep Linders probably is the leading man as things stand anyway, as today. Zabiri says Milner coming on during games that requires an impact sub. All I hear is raindrops keeping head. That is the reason my eyes are turning red. My throat. My throat, Zabiri. Allow it. Bruv. When I was reading it, I was like, nah. But big up Zabiri, love, man. So I missed you today, bro, if you was on the channel. And apologies for the people that I did miss as well.
Oh, man.
John says, if I'm being honest, our youth doesn't move. Our youth doesn't move. What's that in
And they
regards?
moved him. So we had a conversation. Why John was saying about the youth players and getting a chance and all that.
Okay.
We had a better crop back in like 2008, 2012. I actually disagree slightly with that, John. I think we have some exceptionally talented youth players, but I think the level of our team is way ahead than what it used to be before.
This is what I was going to say. I think it was a little bit easier to break into the team.
100%.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because the quality wasn't as high as what it is now.
Yeah.
Maven says, with the way the system works, Buvac laid the seeds and watered the plants, whereas Linda's just managed to plow the crops. He shouldn't take any credit.
I disagree.
I disagree with that, man. But that's on. I'll go into that on another day. But I disagree with that. In fact, I just quickly say it now. I think what Pep Menezes has done, he's taken what Buvac has had and said, how can we improve? What adjustments can we make? Buvac, I think, is an exceptional number 2. However, I think we should not disrespect Pep Menezes like that. There's a reason why we won trophies under Pep Menezes as well. Do you know what I mean? So I think both are exceptional, and I just think both just have different styles, and it's what you feel caters best for our team. Chris Brack says, I've got the WhatsApp messages, loads of agendas. I'm just talking to you, Cal. I'm glad Chris ain't got no WhatsApp message on me. Big up, Chris. Big up yourself and your family, brother. Love as always. Musa LFC 21 says 90% of the games Thiago played, I was giggling. What's that regarding?
I believe that was after one of the calls. I think it was from Jamal asking what's the funniest thing you see in a game.
Man, just laughing because Thiago's just taking the Mickey. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ash says Di Canio pushed the ref and the guy fell about for about 30 seconds. Then Di Canio raised the sweaty side of his hand to Winterburn as he collapsed. I won't read that out because of the kids, but yeah.
Winterburn fully bottled it still.
Bro, fully. Di Canio was a menace.
Yeah, he was about that life still.
He was about that life. Him and obviously Cantona as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Cantona, well, we know what he done. Zabiri says, hope Abdi missed my call. Calling.
Yeah.
Team Kopish is fuming.
Abdi was a bit unhappy in the chat. We've moved past. He's apologized. So we'll leave it.
Okay. Little man says, according to Callum, FSG, do you want Bellingham or Barella? Klopp, no, I got Ox, Naby, and Milner, who I barely play or leave out on match day squads.
All right, to Little man, I'll answer that.
Yeah, I was like, what's this all about?
Did we or did we not hear Klopp say, actions speak louder than words, right? Did Klopp give Milner a contract extension, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Did Klopp last summer say we cannot find a more dynamic midfielder than Ox, and we didn't sign a centre midfielder last summer?
That's correct.
Okay. Did we also hear Naby Keita say, or did we hear Klopp say about Naby Keita, he's world class, on his day he's unplayable? We didn't sign a centre midfielder last season.
Yes.
Okay, so why is it, again, I asked...
It shouldn't be according to you. It should be according to Klopp.
Well, why is it we can't look at
Little
Klopp's
man to change
actions
that
and his words and not stick with what he's saying? Why is it... Again, Twitter rumours are saying we want Barella or there's a £77 million price tag on Barella. Twitter rumours are saying this about Bellingham. What were the Twitter rumors saying about Salah? They said he weren't going to sign a new contract, and then cut scene, he signs a new contract. But I've been doing this so long now that Twitter rumors go in one ear and come out the other. I have to go based on what I see the club doing.
Agreed. No, agreed. I fully understand that as well. Chris LFC 92 says Gerrard had the ability to drag performances out of his team. I personally think Prime Stevie does not let us lose to Madrid in May, let alone twice. I'm gonna be honest. I actually agree with that. I fully agree with that. And we don't definitively know that, but there's something within Steven Gerrard that says that
We
I
don't
have
lose.
to take. We don't lose. Like if I have to take over, I will. That's what he does. It's that will to win. I'm not saying Henderson doesn't have it. I just think Gerrard's capabilities allow him to do more, and that's no shade on Henderson. But his capabilities allow him to maximize more. So Chainsaw DH says, "Forgetting my DMs, Cal. Had to get Stevie all love."
It's always love, Chainsaw, bro. It's always love.
Chris Pratt says, "Can we talk Gerrard? Try be positive and unbiased." Mr. Dad 50 says, "Nax/Obi are the equivalent overused." Yeah, I can't read out the rest because you know.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? We'll take it off the screen before a little man even tries to even read it. Samenske says, confirmation bias works both ways. Yeah, of course it works both ways.
It does. It does.
You know, we know that. Lookerman says Hendo can't be compared to Gerrard. We need the captain to turn up on finals. He's getting subbed. We can't call a speech merchant the best captain.
He's more than a speech merchant.
Man said a speech merchant. You
He's
know,
more
man just
than a
said,
speech
man just
merchant.
called him a chatty pay.
He, in my opinion, he's not better captain than Gerrard, but
No,
he's
not.
He is right now, in my opinion, the best captain in world football as things stand right now. In my humble opinion.
I think he's definitely out there, but I think you're probably right though.
Yeah, but Gerrard is different.
Nice 25 Jamrock says Jota is a bad example. Firmino was injured and really out of form when Jota came in. We are assuming everyone is fit. 14,850 minutes for the three forwards.
Yeah, so that was us just talking about where Salah's competition would get playing time.
Yeah. I hear that. John Moore says, just say I wasn't swearing at Kyle in a bad, disrespectful way. I'm Irish, just the way I
sorry,
would.
before you even finish reading that, John, there's nothing to apologize about, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John, what are you apologizing for?
Were people getting at John in the comments?
I have no idea, bro.
Oh, people, if you're getting at John in the comments, please allow it.
Do you know what it is as well? Yeah,
sorry, me and
you
John
don't have
speak
that
line and all that. Like,
you have that banter. Like people put it
Yeah.
this: if you've watched this
Guys,
show
man.
more than once, you should know the banter we
Yeah,
have.
come
With
on,
everyone's
guys.
different. It's like me saying, I don't know, like I laugh exactly the same as Drift or Cal. Everybody's different. Just like how
Guys.
when we talk to you guys as individuals, because you're all individuals, people
Yeah.
take things differently. We banter differently because
Yeah,
everyone is
guys.
different.
Yeah,
John don't even need to explain. So love
Yeah,
as always,
don't-
John.
Don't get me wrong. I
Love as
appreciate
always.
you
You don't need
guys
to explain.
picking up for us if someone's getting on to us.
Yeah,
but when
man.
it comes to John, I'm gonna be real. There's very few people as respectful to us as John is behind the scenes. So please, let's not do that, guys. Let's not. And I'll be honest, I'd be the first to kick someone out if I thought someone was swearing at me and being disrespectful. Like we'd have kicked John off the call straight away if we thought that was happening. Like John
Exactly.
is very respectful and
very respectful.
Come on, man. Come on,
You know what I
guys.
mean?
man.
Come on, people. It's a Friday night, man.
Like John, appreciate the super chat, bro, but there is nothing for you to apologize
wrong
about.
with us, John. So don't
And
worry
John,
about
again, man to man, bro. If I had a problem, I'd speak to you offline. We speak offline, bro. Like,
This is what I'm
John,
saying.
you've got nothing
So-
to apologize for, man. Guys, get off John's back if you're on his back.
So let's
please.
not misconstrue people. Come on, man. Come on. We're one big
Come
family
on,
here.
man.
No, you know what I mean? If there's an issue, we will address it
Yeah,
live as
man.
well.
Come
Like, we
on.
don't just wait. Do you know what I mean? And not say nothing.
Yeah.
We met the next comment. Super chat. Apologies. Ash says, "Can't believe you guys ain't doing watch-alongs for the women's Euros. You three should be ashamed of yourselves."
Generally don't have the time. I'm not
Bro,
gonna
the
lie, though. I
time.
watched the game earlier, Spain and Finland. Good
Yeah.
game. But
Bro.
I'll be real with you. There's elements of the women's football matches that I prefer than the men's. For a start, you don't get the play acting and all the shenanigans. It's a
Bro.
fair game of football 9 times out of 10. I'll put it that way.
There you go. Ray says, "Funniest moment was Lovren's masterclass versus Spurs." You know.
Boy, Drifty, look away now.
Hey, Drift, if you're watching
That
this,
was a
bro,
dark
revert
day
me. I just had
still.
to read out the comment, bro.
That was a dark
Man,
day.
to week out. Another dark day. I hate to say it. I don't even want to add to it. It was when Balassi blessed the floor. Yeah, we don't happen next. Samanske says, "No cap. Maguire's the best captain in the world." Man even put the smiley face with the shades.
That's
No
not a
cap.
cap. That's not a cap. That's a sombrero, bro. That's a sombrero.
My front. That's a sombrero. Bro. Matting. And last but not least, Ash says the Clavan spin. Oh, yeah. The Clavan spin got better. It's the funniest ever to do it. And also, Ibu and VVD bodied the whole United team. Ibu's face. Yeah. When he just held Fred like this. Smiling at him. Didn't even take man serious. Like, come on, let's not be silly here. Man, I'm not gonna lie. If you can just like dismantle a situation like with one arm, I'm not gonna lie. And you're
armpit, bro.
Bruv, like a child, like a child, bro. Do you remember when Mufasa held Simba? Like a child, bro. Man said a good, bruv, like a child.
He did this, innit? He did this. He said,
ain't no worries for the rest of your days.
Oh, man.
It's mad. And yes, Frederick, you know. Man, I can't even call him Fred. Man, I'm calling Frederick. But now, people, love as always, man. And listen, if you haven't already, smash that like button. It's Team Kopish. You know what time it is. It's the Friday night show. We always bring it every Friday. Apologies, I couldn't be here on time, people. Shout out to Drift as well, who he had to leave about 15 minutes ago. And just shout out to everyone as well. Shout out to listen. It's Friday night. Go and enjoy yourselves. Our preseason obviously starts this week. This one we're really gonna get into the thick of it now, and you'll probably see more of us as well. We're gonna try and give you some more content as well. So stay tuned for that. And last but not least, people, make sure you tune in on Monday. I'm sure there's going to be something happening on Monday, whether it's transfers, whether it's tactical, whatever it is. We know we're going to discuss it, and we'll always hear people. It's Team Kopish, you know what time it is. It's always love. But no, man, and just thank you to all the callers as well. You guys, well, without the callers, that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about you guys. You guys make this show. Do you know what I mean? So, love as always. But guys, we'll see you again next Friday. It's Team Kopish. We out. It's love. It's Friday. Peace.
Love, people. Thank you.
Thank you.